What's up, everybody? Yeah, what's up, Rat Trap? What's up, Ron? Sleepy Ralph? What's going on? We always bring the bastard sword. I love this song. Great music, Guns N' Roses. He was dating this girl. See that girl right there? He was dating her. He was in love with that girl. What's up, Mark? What's up, Montauk? Sleepy Ralph. What's up? Wake up. What's up, Minnie the Moocher? What's going on? Albanian Syndicate. Damn it, Mandy. What's going on? How's it going? Andrew, what's up, man? Poor Tom. How you doing, poor Tom? This is one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs right here. Nick Capone, what's up, brother? Slick Nigel, what's going on, Nigel? Willie from Brooklyn, what's up, man? We don't greet with salute, though. That's after you say, God bless it, take a drink. This is a great... No, the November Rain was the 8-minute video, I believe. See, if Axl Rose had... Hey, boss lady, what's up? Axl Rose had like a destructive personality. He was a genius, but everything he built, he destroyed. And that comes to what happened to him as a child. November Rain's great, too. Jan Moore, what's up, big brother? This is a great song right there. Computer, 1 in a million. They had great songs. November Rain was the long one, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's November Rain.
Care instructions for my Gatsby, my gazpacho, Mr. Henry Chicken, Mr. Dirty Boy.
I hate these commercials. Yeah, this was like a whole 8-minute video right here. It was like a whole 8-minute video. Paula, what's going on? How you doing? Like I said, Axl Rose. Court let me out today. No BS in there. I watched your count. Oh, good. I'm glad you got out of court, Will. That's good. Petey, how you doing? Uncle Edwin, what's up? You know, Axl Rose was so destructive because of his childhood. A lot of people don't know that about Axl Rose. He was actually molested by his father. And it wasn't really his real father. When Axl Rose was about 14 years old, his mother and father sat him down and told him that your dad's not really your dad. And that messed him up. And not only that, the father sadly was molesting Axl when he was young. And one time on stage, back in the 90s, he was telling, he had a talk about it. He was telling people on stage. He didn't specifically say he was molested, but he did admit that later in Rolling Stones articles and stuff. But yeah, the father did that to him, the psycho. Picture, if that never happened to Axl, I believe Guns N' Roses would have went down as one of the best bands of all time with many more hit songs than they did. Tune out. They come to Scotland. Oh, they're going to Scotland to play? Really? He's still touring? Really? This is a great video. What's up, Dubs? I remember when this was on the Use Your Illusion. Jason, what's up? This is on the Use Your Illusion videos. I mean, CD, album, whatever you want to call it. What's up, Angela? Kane Shades. Kane, you knew about that, right? Axl Rose, what happened in his childhood? That's what actually made him always like be crazy like that. What's up, Carol? Dubs, Petey. Yeah, you knew that. Yeah. Well, his father molested him when he was young. His father was like this Pentecostal preacher who was really tough on him, but it wasn't really his dad. So that's why he changed his name. I forget what his name was before that, but his mother did tell him his real father's real name, and he changed it to, the real name was Rose, and that's when he changed it to Axl Rose. And that's why he was so nuts. Axl was a crazy son of a bitch. Like Kane was saying, he jumped right in the crowd, attacking people. He was a wild dude. Like even when they would go to the concerts, look how beautiful this girl looks in this video. This was his girlfriend too at the time. He wasn't married to her though. What a beautiful bride she made, boy. Whom was it? Bella, beautiful bride. So strict. Yeah, they're very strict. Yes, his last name was Bailey, and he changed it to Rose because Rose was his real dad's name. What's up, liberal candy ass? Was his real father's name, and that's why everything Axl built, he destroyed it. Like even when they would go to concerts, he would be an hour late. He would make people wait hours. He would make them wait so long before he went on stage. And he would just do crazy stuff. He was erratic, and he was never on drugs. Axl did not use drugs. He was just crazy, and the demons were always haunting him. Cuban B, what's up, brother? Since he was little, about the Amon, what's going on, Targaryen? He was haunted by the molestation. This is a good video, though. But they said even the videos, like, he was a perfectionist. They kind of short story without you, but really, I didn't know that, Kane. See, Kane's like me, mad Guns N' Roses fans. I remember, man, when it first came out. When Guns N' Roses first came out, man, I remember being about 8, 9 years old, me and my friend Billy, going to the store and paying $4 a piece for the Appetite for Destruction tape. We paid $4 a piece for it. I think it was like $8 the tape. And we would share it. He would hold it for 3 days. I would hold it for 3 days. And I remember having the poster on my wall with the cross with all their heads. My father came in one day and seen the poster and went nuts. He's like, "Is this devil worship?" He's like, "What are you worshiping? What is this? Satan worship? This Satan worship fanatics." And he took it off the wall, and then I explained to him, and my father was cool, and he let me put it back up. But yeah, he freaked out at first. He's like, "What is this on the wall? Right next to your Blessed Mother picture." Because I had the Blessed Mother picture right next to it, next to my Don Mattingly poster. What's up, Paul, Trock, Minnie? I had it right next to my Blessed Mother poster and my Don Mattingly Yankees stuff. But yeah, he's seen that. He went nuts. I was like I said, 8 years old. And I don't know if Scotty's in here or not, but he knew my father's temper. He knew my dad's temper. I got my first cassette tape, Christmas of '88. Uncle Ralph Buffalo gave it to me. Wow, you got it the same year I did, Kane. Oh, there's Scotty. What's up, Scott? Yeah, when I was telling him, Scotty, when I first got my Guns N' Roses poster on my wall, my father ripped it off. He's like, "What is that, devil worshiping?" I was like, "No, Dad." And within an hour, he let me put it back up because I explained to him it wasn't devil worship or nothing. But he didn't like that. And you know the temper my dad had. Like he had a crazy temper. I remember the time Scott came on here one time and told the story. I was little, though, of the fight story. I guess outside my grandmother's house, Scotty in here always hung with my older cousins. I've known him since as far as back I could remember. He used to play with me when I was a little baby. And I guess a bunch of people came over to fight, and Scott and all the young kids were beating the people. Well, you were outnumbered, I believe. I was too little. I don't remember it. my father and my uncles came out the house, and like the whole neighborhood was brawling. Like the whole neighborhood went and started fighting with people and brawling. I guess a bunch of kids came down to jump one of our friends or one of my cousin's friends, something like that. And like my father and them were old at the time too, and they came out and started beating people up. I wish I was old enough to watch to remember that. I wonder where I was. What year was that, Scott? Because I don't know. And I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, and my mother obviously ain't going to let me look out the window. I love how Emery talks. How do I talk with my eyes? My eyes don't talk. Maybe if I blinked, like a blink and talk thing. Who knows? We were outnumbered 4-1. It was 1987 or 87. I was probably 8 years old or 7 years old in 87. Was born in 79. So, wow, 1987. That must have been wild. Who was at the house? Was it you and Johnny and all them hanging out? You, Rudy, Johnny, maybe Jay, all hanging outside? Because I always thought they came to beat up Todd. They came to jump Tuttles, who lived down the road, who was my fourth cousin. They came to beat Tuttles up. And when they came to beat Tuttles up, like all the young kids, like Scotty, you must have been, what, 15 at the time? Something like that, maybe 14? No, you're expressive when you talk. That makes sense. Not a bad thing. Oh, tell years. Emery, tell years older than you. Was born in 77. Oh, you got a couple years on me. Your dad and his twin came out with bats, and we started to win. Oh, so what did that turn the tide? What, were they getting the best of you guys at first? Because you were outnumbered 4-1? Were they Cranston kids? I always thought they were like Cranston, because I remember hearing the story, like, because, like everybody tells the war stories. I remember hearing the war stories from Johnny, and then they said Kenny hit him with a license plate. Emery, I know I talked much stuff. I understand now. I watched the content like no more back and forth and going. All right, cool, William. I don't know you. I have no problem with you. Can I get pliers? No ammo unuseful than wrenches. Pliers? I don't know. I mean, drum capella. Emery, March 16th, 1979. That's delivered by Stork. No, March 12th, Edwin. March 12th, the Stork brought me. The Stork actually threw me out. Yes, we were outnumbered. Believe it or not, it was Cranston and Frederick Hill. Oh, okay. So a mixture between some Cranston and the Hill kids. What's up, Phil? Moses Heaps, what's up, brother? If you guys like music videos and stuff like that, and he does streams in the Dirkleverse, check him out. What's up, SPK? Yeah, I always I remember, I think it was Jason who told me that Kenny actually ripped off a license plate of a car and smashed one of the girls in the head with it or something. Some girl they brought to, and some guy was hitting him with license plates. That must have been wild. My grandmother and them must have been looking out the window screaming. What were they doing? What were the women in my house doing? Were they looking out the windows yelling? And what did it stop? Right in the driveway? I wish I was old enough for that one. I would have been out there with a little club swinging it as a little kid. But most likely, if my mother was there, she would have not let me look out the window. But yeah, I've heard that story from you, from Jason. I believe PJ too. I'm not sure if it was Jason or PJ who told it. All right, did you show your first place where leather and rubber? Show your first. I don't know what that means, leather and rubber. Mario, how you doing, man? No, I'm showing the sword that I always show. Well, I got many swords. Oh, plants, I mean? Rubber plants? Oh, my mother used to have rubber plants and plastic ones, and real ones. What song did you want to hear, Scott, from Led Zeppelin? What Zeppelin song? Yeah, Hill guys, more towards Carpenter Street, more West End. It started in the parking lot. Oh, the parking lot in front of Todd's house. So the fight started there, and it progressed up to my house on Alcazar. Yeah, because I always heard they came to jump Todd that time. What Led Zeppelin song? Stairway to Heaven. Scab Face, what's up? I'm trying to wait for him to tell me what song it was. If not, I'm just going to. Dazed and Confused? Okay. I don't know that song. Zeppelin, Dazed. All right, here it came up. Dazed and Confused. Yeah, I never heard this song. These friggin' commercials are brutal.
With a surprise move, Kinder Joy.
Yeah, these commercials are brutal, but it's gonna play. What's up, C-Vids? This sounds familiar, this song. When the levee. Oh, when the levee breaks. That's a good thing, Mario. I remember that. That was about Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina. I meant the first license plate. Oh, the first license plate for rubber? Really? I didn't know that. What's up, Tony? So nobody can come in and fake like it's you. Hold on a second. Now I know it's you that's pops in. This song, I don't remember it well, this song. Hold on, let me go get a drink. What's up, Patrick? I gotta talk in this thing. I can't let it play through because it will hit me. It will hit my thing. Wade, what's up? Yeah, I like Stairway to Heaven better. Well, there. Scotty, you remember do you remember the one of the keg parties? I was a little kid, but they let me out of the house. Well, I snuck out of the house and my grandmother was sleeping. Where they started breaking Palmieri's windows and Rob Melenda fell over the hedges. We were hanging out at Todd's mouth was always running, so they wanted to kill him. When we were done, the war was cars that had to go to the junkyard. Oh, yeah, they destroyed the cars. All them cars that came, they get blown up and wrecked? If you want to call in, Scott, call in. If you want to talk, call in. Oh, we were hanging out at Todd's mother's house. Yeah, my Aunt Anna lived. That was Todd's grandmother and my grandmother were sisters. So they lived 4 houses down. So, yeah, he must have been running his mouth to people, fighting with people. And then they came to gave him a vicious beating. And, of course, everybody's going to stick up for him. So but they must have pulled up deep, right? All deep. And it was how many of you guys in front of Todd's house at the Black Tar, at the Tar? Oh, here's Scott now. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that same night. That was the first time, man. Because when I used to come by and see you and your dad and your brother Vinny, like hanging outside or coming with Johnny. I never thought of your father, like, because, we heard, he was older generation to me. It was like my elder, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, hey, how you doing? But he was like, don't call me mister. You know how your father was. And You know, he was like the coolest dude around there. You know what I'm saying? But when that night, I had the highest respect. They were tough. Now I knew why everybody said they were so tough.
So, what were you guys in front of Todd's house at the Black Tar?
No, we were in the Black Tar. It was like, there was like 6 cars of us, 6 carloads. That's how many they came.
Now, I was going to say, wait, you guys had 6 carloads of people? They must have came with what? 13, 14 cars, 20 cars?
I don't even know. Let's put it this way. Johnston Police Department said they never had a call so many flatbeds. It was like the whole neighborhood, like there was cars like 2 streets over burning because they were trying to run to their cars.
Oh, okay. They were trying to.
What happened once they came? Started getting on the phone, calling, Freddie Pill, everybody came, and Zedniks, and then this one, and then boom, they were done. They were cornered. They were just like stuck.
So basically, it was guys from Killenly Street, from our side, was Killenly Street, the Windsor Hill guys, and what, like Greenville Ave guys hanging out there too?
Yeah, well, no, it was just, it was, Nicky Pacheco, I don't know. Aunt Petrarca wasn't there that night, none of them. But it was like Pete Bucci was there. Mike Carlone.
Oh, Carlone, he was a character.
David Gomez. David Gomez was a tough dude.
Yeah, Gomez was a tough kid. Yep.
Oh, definitely.
So who did you think they were when you seen them pulling up? What you was like? You thought they were friends, right? You probably thought they were your friends.
We knew they weren't friends, man. We was like. We were gonna attack them anyways because we didn't know who the fuck they were. We were drinking, relaxing, right? I mean, what possessed? Like we were like, damn, who's these 30 guys walking towards us, right? And then they were, because they were coming up towards towards CJ's house, right?
Oh, okay.
And then they started coming towards the other end, like Russo's side, where Stevie Mancini lived over there.
Yeah, Steve, and that's the guy who died in the nightclub fire. R.I.P. Stevie.
Yeah, they thought they were gonna like block us in, but it worked against them.
So they parked the cars.
Biggest fight they ever got into.
So that they parked the cars all around the neighborhood. And what did you, after you gave them the beatings, what'd you go and just people took their cars out?
We just like after that, because back then I don't know how. The Johnston police never arrested anybody for that shit. They never arrested us for beating up people coming into the neighborhood. We would get, then it was weird, man. It was like, we had like, I don't know. I never got arrested for that. I don't think anybody else in that neighborhood got arrested for something like that because we had a few fights like that. It was just like because what's his name was the mayor at the time, the guy that owned Lewis Press.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Russo, I think, right?
No, Parada was, I think, at that. He just became, he was like a big wig over there. And he liked us being over there because his press, Lewis Press, never got vandalized ever.
Oh, yeah, Lewis Press. Yeah, nobody messed with that joint. So what did the fight start there? So you guys, they pulled up, they got out of the car, you started beefing, the fight escalated, because Todd's house from my grandmother's like 20, 30 yards away.
Todd was with us, so Todd was like, let's go! And he started again. He was, Todd wasn't a weakling by far. We had a little fight game. He started going right at him. Johnny had the bat, hammer. I had, we just, it was a bad situation. But at first, I'm not gonna lie, human nature. I was like, damn, this doesn't look good, but hey, we're gonna see what we can do. Can't run. And then when everybody started coming, everybody was like, damn. I seen your dad and Johnny's father come running out. The bats. It was like they were like, what the fuck? They were surprised too. Everybody stopped. What do you want to do, you motherfuckers? And they started coming at us. I was like, damn. And then it was like,
yeah, to see two old. Well, my father and them must have been in their late 40s at that time. Yeah. So him and my uncle Camino must have came out with. Who was with them? Kenny was with him too. I heard, right?
Yep, Kenny. Your aunt Dolores was like, "Come on, guys, go!" And then when she seen that it was just too many people, she went back in the house. She's like, "Oh my god!" Oh, D. It was like smoke, like it was just like all you smelled was gasoline because we bought gasoline. People went down and bought gasoline at Cumberland Farms. Took a break in the fight to go burn cars. There was since the Charleston police didn't arrest us, these kids were trying to sue us.
Really?
But they could, but there was no cameras in 1987. They were trying. Who blew up your car? First of all, you're wrong. Do you live in that neighborhood? No. That was the first thing. That was you don't live there, so you weren't where you weren't supposed to be. It just didn't work out in your favor.
Yes, because if it was up to you, you would have came and beat these guys up and done whatever. But since it didn't work in your favor, now you want to sue them and stuff like that.
They all wanted to sue Todd.
Oh, Todd, they wanted to sue him?
Yeah, well, that's what he was. His name was like Charleston police couldn't arrest him because it was like he said, she said. You know what I'm saying? It was you can't arrest somebody for hearsay. How do you know? You know what I'm saying? It's just because he said it, even though you can be arrested for that. It was a melee. It was just crazy.
I wish I would have witnessed that. So basically, the fight was from Todd's house to my grandmother's, right? All people just going at it.
And we were like spread out after a while because we were chasing them from running. We were like where Alicia lived, the next neighborhood over. Some people over there.
Oh, so they were chasing them. They actually chased them all the way to Dante.
Dante and Hunter going towards the Rocky Mountains. Oh yeah, it was. I'm telling you, these guys came 100 strong.
Well, I remember, like I said, hearing the stories about it, and they said it was like Beirut. It was like a war zone, like people, bats hitting people in the head, people dropping, people like getting carried away, like bloody kids blooded out on the ground, the whole nine.
Officer Picard, if you ever, he's on my Facebook, right? Every once in a while, I say, "How you doing?" Right? Bygones be bygones. You're a good guy, right? And I'm 51 years old. I'm not on the street, no one, nothing anymore. So we talk, once in a while. Hey, I'm glad you're doing good. Blah blah blah. He'll tell you he was one of the ones there.
Oh wow.
He was like, "Oh my God, you guys were out of your mind." He says that was like. He said it was like the outsiders back when they had a fight, but it was worse than that, way worse than that, because the outsiders, they fought in that park, and they all dispersed.
Oh, so he said it was like the outsiders.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish I was old enough to witness that. Now, do you remember if I was there or not, like in the house? I don't remember.
I know you were there. I know you were there, because it was such a, everybody, your whole house was involved. Your father, your uncle, your cousin, both your cousins, your aunt was, your grandmother, that's what what was that? What year did she pass?
91.
She was there?
93, I'm sorry, 93 she passed.
Your grandfather passed before that, though.
Yeah, he passed in 81.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been wild. Like, I've heard a lot of stories about it. So what did the kids do when they seen, like, these old men come out with baseball bats and start clubbing them?
I'm going to tell you the truth. And because at first, I jumped in the middle yard, your property, because you have different plots over there.
Yeah, with the lot my father had.
I was trying to find something like a shovel in there. you had things in there, was that the sickle?
Yeah, we had the sickle in there, the shovels.
I was trying to find a sickle. We were just crazy back then, not thinking, And I'm glad I didn't find a sickle, but I found a shovel. And we found a lot of things in that fucking yard over there. And it was bad, man. It was, I'm not going to lie, it was fun. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it must have been. It must have been like a mini war zone, like a mini war. Because I remember behind my grandmother's door, my father and uncles always had baseball. There was always bats and stuff there just in case something went off. There was always weapons, and you know how Johnny was too. Forget about it.
Your father and your uncle didn't have one mark on them. And it was 100 dudes they were fighting. They were hitting a lot of people.
How many people think they clubbed with bats that night?
I'll tell you, they hurt people that night. Let's put it that way. They hospitalized some people. they were hitting with bats, and they knew how to swing. They were athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my father tried out for the Pawtucket Red Sox.
Yeah, there's people that have a bat, and you're like, yeah, what are you gonna do with that? I'll charge you. You know, take it off.
Yep, charge him and take the bat.
Off your father. You weren't taking the bat off your father. You tried. You're getting knocked out.
Yeah, it must have been wild.
I was. I'm gonna tell you. Even PJ, everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Because they came off and they really started it off. We were like trying to pick and choose who we're gonna fight. We were outnumbered. Let's put it this way: how many people could fit in 5 cars? Like 4, 5. So it was 20 of us, right? And there was 100 of them. There was like, and let me tell you something. There's not too many of us that we all have black and blues on our, and busted eyes. I mean, we didn't go through that unscathed, man. But we just were nuts, you know what I'm saying? That's what we used to fight with each other all the time. So when somebody else came, we used to
yeah.
All right.
And especially if some of the other guys came down from Windsor Hill too, and there was a lot more than just the Kinley Street people there.
Oh yeah, we all stuck together. Cherry Hill, when it came to when outsiders came, Federal Hill. I mean, usually we were all right with Federal Hill back when it was Todd. Todd just was like obnoxious sometimes. God bless his soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was my boy. I love Todd. Todd was a good person.
What did he get beat up pretty bad that night? What happened with Todd?
No, Todd. No matter how Johnny talks about, Todd never really got beat up ever. Todd was just, I mean, from like us neighborhood people, yeah, there was a few of us that were tougher than him, but he wasn't. Todd wasn't somebody that was going to hide in his house if you had to fight. You come on and take a beating.
Yeah, and when he used to have all the little keg parties too at my Aunt Anna's, so that's where they came looking for him, probably.
Yeah, I mean, he was our friend forever. Like we didn't want to, we were like, how good we all got along good. You know what I'm saying? Well,
that neighborhood was there forever, and everybody grew up in that neighborhood together for generations.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Your father and your uncle were there in the 50s, the late 50s, early 60s. The guys would sit there and they used to tell us all their stories, where it was like more country Johnston was.
Yeah, back then.
Turned like city-wise when we were kids.
Yes.
And it was like, wow, I wish I was around in those days, and blah, blah, blah. But our generation was probably the last there was always 30 guys at the maybe like 15 at the wall, or something down at Getty gas station. You never could go like maybe more than like a half a mile and not run into a crew of people.
Yeah, guys hanging out in the corner, and then you had the Windsor Hill crew that hung out on that corner up there. The Kinley Street guys hung on that corner. The Greenville Ave guys, and they would all get together. Sciarra's corner, and
that corner is probably one of the toughest corners.
They had a lot of tough guys from that neighborhood for sure.
Charlie DeRose just told me, oh my God, Charlie DeRose was a beast.
Yeah, Charlie was no joke. Charlie was a tough dude for sure, and crazy. Yeah, God rest his soul is right. Charlie didn't mess around. That was Evelyn's uncle.
You know how me and Jason first met him? I was like 15, and Jason was like 14, and Evelyn was like a year older than us. Evelyn was like our sister.
Yeah,
we used to hang with her daily. That was our road dog, and she had like all right, so this is like 1986.
She had the Chevy, remember?
She had the Delta 88, the white Delta.
Oh, it wasn't the Chevy truck; it was the Delta back then.
Oh no, this is way back. She had the Delta. She had like 3-4 Deltas in a row, and this one she had the white one, a big boat, right? It was probably a 83, 84, or maybe 82. Nice power, everything, right? So she came, right? And Jay, she was pulled up, and Jay was like, "Here's happy," right? Charlie said, "What did you say?" And we were like, I didn't know him then, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, damn, because he's like 6'6". So I was like, I grew quick, and I think I grew to my size now, and I thought I was going to be tall, but I never started. I stopped growing. I was like,
but you were like a tank, though. You were stocky, and you were like a tank, anyways.
Yeah, but he's 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he was a
His head
beast.
like 3 feet tall. Yeah, I seen that guy curl 100-pound dumbbells like you're supposed to. Like people curl 35-pound dumbbells.
Did you do time? Were you in the can with him or no?
Well, yeah, I was in the can with him. Charlie was. He loved it. After that one problem we had, I got along with him so well. It was incredible. Sometimes I didn't want to be that well liked by him, because if you went over there where he wanted to hang around and he was crazy, he would like torture people. Not me, Jason.
Yeah, but others. I know what you're talking about.
Rudolph, he was like, he goes, man, and that was one of the Rudolph went on none. He couldn't go to the house. He was still crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you learn how to fight, when you learn how to act like like you're supposed to, go up there. Other than that,
so he was just like a wild cowboy, basically.
He was scared to death, though.
Oh, everybody was scared of Pop, for sure.
Yeah, he would never, he would never go up there and say, but, that was one of the rules. But I said, no, I'm not bringing him up here.
Well, not many people were allowed up Rudolph's house. You know what I mean? If you weren't allowed there. If you weren't a close friend or liked, you weren't allowed up there. Lou would slam the door in your face, and the dogs would attack you. Remember how mean Sasha was in Samson?
Yeah, Samson was the first one. I'm going to tell a story, but I'm not going to mention names because that's not what we do. Now Pop was in Saint and them guys, they would know their past, but they were the biggest connects in the week. That was like for like most of the 90s, and we knew who they were giving it to. So every once in a while, we're like, yo, let's get this one. So we got this kid. I remember, you know who I'm talking about too. It was me and
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Rudy. It was like maybe 5 or 6 of us. We ended up putting the kid in the trunk, which we couldn't have did. I was like, I don't know, it's because it's a dead end and it's way wooded, and it wasn't a good idea. We ended up having to go back there, right? One of us had to open it for him and run. Not running away from him, but he wasn't our enemy. He was a friend, And he found out who it was, and he was like, he went to Tony. He was like, "What the fuck? I just took a big, financial loss." He talked to the old man. So he went to talk. He goes, and Tony went back to him. He goes, "What did he say?" He said, "You better go to the fucking bank."
Yeah, so he was trying to go to the old man to put pressure on you, and then the old man's like, "No, they're with me."
No, because Little Rudy set him up. And what do you think? Do you think he's going to go against him?
Yeah, absolutely.
He even lost a couple. Like, he even lost respect for that. Like, you shouldn't even like said that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was like, are you serious? Like, go to the fucking bank, buddy. That's all I'm going to tell you. And that was it. I'm just like, man, you guys, you better leave him alone from now on.
Yeah, kid, leave him alone. Yeah, leave him alone. He had a good heart. As vicious as he was, he had a huge heart.
Yeah, and this is a true story, man. He, your cousin Johnny did that thing with him, right?
Yeah.
And he was very upset with me because I wanted to set Johnny up, but he ended up respecting me way more later on because he knew that I wasn't a two-face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I said, I can't do that because he could get hurt bad, and I'm not going to be responsible. I said, Johnny's like my brother. He did that. I said, we all told you not to ever let him be trusted with some big amount of money.
Yep.
Or weed. How many got, I'm not going to mention the names, but I'll say his first name, Frank.
Yeah.
Johnny had no fear. Johnny didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was crazy like that.
I love Johnny, man. Hey, you remember when we went to Virginia, right? When we got Boggs? Remember Boggs?
Boggs.
How do you with Virginia? Your cousin was living up there, Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Back.
And cousin Mickey and all them.
Hey, we told Boggs, right? We had a 1979 Trans Am, like Smokey the Bandit. Well, like Boggs. Johnny had that brown Nova then. We had Tori in the car with us. We went out there for like 2 weeks.
Tori was vicious. She was a vicious dog.
Yeah, she was vicious. That purple tongue.
Yeah, the chow. She was a chow.
Chow. So, but she loved us. Johnny made us so many. That's how Johnny is. Johnny had her mental.
Yeah.
Right? So, Tori! You know how he was, right? Sick that motherfucker, right? So, Boggs, how stupid can you be? And this is not the first time we got him. This is the second time. We were like, he's not going to do this again. Hey, Boggs, meet us. We're leaving, right? We got some, we had like 320s, right? And like 100 ones. And we told him, bring 5 pounds. He got there again. He's like, he grabbed the roll and we're on our way, right? He chased us on 95 about Virginia, a couple states, and he had to turn around. We weren't fucking falling over. We're gone. He's like, pull over, give me my shit back. Boggs, go home. That's his name, Boggs. And your sister, matter of fact, one of your cousins, Ricky, I think it was, he was because the Silvestros lived over there, right?
Yes, my Sylvester, yes.
Silvestri, right? Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to say the names too much on here, last names, because you got.
My bad.
No, they won't know who that is.
They were. They don't even want to go mess with them, anyways.
Well, no, Mickey and Donald were tough, man. Like, see how my father in Comino was up here? That's how Mickey was down there. Mickey was a beast.
Yeah, they told, and Boggs is like, you're gonna do something. And Boggs is like, and your cousin's like, you know what, Boggs, how stupid can you be? They came here last summer and they were leaving and they robbed you right before they left, and they did it again. You want to be stupid, then that's what happens. And he used to send, back then we had beepers. He used to, you could send messages.
Yeah. The hello and I love you.
He threatened my people for 2 months, man. You big head, I'm like, your head's easy enough target to get. I was like, Boggs, just the weed is so good, man.
Well, I remember waking up, dude, at my grandmother's in the basement, and waking up and seeing John and all them guys chopping up bricks of friggin' I'm talking huge bricks of Mexican weed. They were doing it with hammers and screwdrivers, breaking these bricks open.
You know what I really think about us too is that we're right next to the ghetto. It's only a couple streets over. That's how literally road is, because it's so small. 3 streets over. I mean, think about it. Kinley Street, Hartford Ave. The project right there. Yeah,
Hartford was literally a stone throws away, and Manton a little more of a stone throw away. But
we used to go there and rob people.
Yeah, Petrarca was big on that. God rest his soul. I remember one night, my aunt had to pick up. It was me and my aunt, right? We got a call from Johnny and Petrarca. They're pick us up. We're in big trouble. So we pull up to Hartford. I'm a little kid in the car. And Johnny's like, pop the trunk. Him and Anthony jump in the trunk with sawed-off shotguns and pistols. Jump in the trunk. And my aunt brought them back to the house.
His Rottweiler.
Oh, Rosie, the Rottweiler. Oh, I love that dog.
You know how many times he pulled up to me on Killing Street, right? Because remember, he used to commandeer. Because when his dad died and his brother died, he had all that money.
Yes.
He lasted him for 10 years straight. He had close to $1 million.
Well, he used to give me rides in the Holly. When I was in school in recess, he would pull up at recess and say, jump on, Nicky. And I jump on the Holly and go around the thing. And the teacher's aides are freaking out. Miss Bucci and Yuchi, they're freaking out. No, so he dropped me back. Like, what are you doing? You can't just jump on a strange guy's butt. I'm like, he's not. It's my friend. It's like a cousin
But
to
he
me.
knew the teachers though.
He knew Miss Boot, when he did stop, Miss Bucci knew who he was and stuff, but she still said, she didn't know I knew him though. She didn't know I knew Ant. She's like, you can't jump on. I was like, I know him. Imagine
that was horrible what happened to him.
Yeah. I know his son. I met his son about 7-8 years ago. He lived next door to me, right? I didn't even know who he was. And we started talking, and I'm like, what's your last name? And he's like, oh, well, my real last name is Petrarca. I'm like, are you related to Ant? He's like, that was my dad. I'm like, no way. And me and him sparked up a friendship because it's like, and I told him all kinds of stories about his dad that he never knew and stuff. So he used to come by my house all the time just to hear stories about his father.
But hey, Nick, imagine this, right? His dad dies, right? They have a sister too.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, I don't know if you know, but his mom was mulatto.
Yeah.
His dad, they were 3/4 Italian, 25%. I don't know, Cape Verdean.
Yeah, I think it was Cape Verde, something like that. Yeah.
His mom was a pretty woman. His sister,
the sister was beautiful.
Yeah. And they had, the father, when he passed, he owned the 2 houses. He had an antique police car, 1955 police car that he did up. He had a Corvette. I mean, he left them at about maybe cash, 7.
A lot.
Grand. Yeah. I mean, he was he made sure his boys had what they had.
But that destroyed Ant when he lost his family. That destroyed Anthony.
Yeah, but listen, this is crazy, man. So a month later, you're driving with your brother. You and your brother just got badass Harleys. You're driving on. It was 95, getting on to 10. There was a lot of sand. Joey hit the sand and got his head cut off on the.
Yeah. I remember that. I went to the wake as a little kid. That was so sad.
You just lose your dad, who's your number one in your life, and then you lose your brother.
Who was his number 2?
He started shooting holes in his wall. I'm not going up.
Listen, I went to the house one time. I was a little kid because, when I was a little kid, I tagged along with you guys and all the older guys. So I used to go with Johnny over to Petrarca's house, and he used to be like, "You want to shoot it, kid? Take me in the basement and let me shoot at the stones and the walls."
They had a nice fireplace. He used to shoot. He wouldn't shoot his walls up. He'd shoot at his thing, but the buckshot and all that would ricochet sometimes. And with the handguns, and when he was because he had a little drug problem, he didn't want to bring somebody up that he didn't know because he was and it was sad, you know what I'm saying? Because he was so bitter. And then he would pull up maybe a month later, 2 months later, or years later. He'd always have Rosie with him, that Rottweiler.
Rosie, I loved her. Remember how he used to take the bag? Rosie didn't have bowls. She used to eat right out of the bag. Her head, he would just grab the bag, open it up and fold it, and just leave it there until it was done.
Yeah, but you remember, Rosie, there's not one cab driver, right, that didn't have the head of the back of the seat. It was she always chewed on it.
Yeah. Someone's asking who's on the phone. Rat Trap, this is he's like a cousin. I grew up with him my whole life. He's older than me, but he hung out with my older cousins and family. He's basically like family.
Yeah, but I'm like I told you. I mean, I knew you since you were. We were
diapers.
I mean, I was a kid too. I was a kid. I'm only I'm 8 years older than you.
7, maybe 7, 8. I was born in 79.
And Johnny had 4 years on me. He was like my older brother. Did you think about it? When I was 13, he was 17, 18. That's a big difference. And then when you get 20, and I was 20, it evened out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
and same with me, with you guys. You guys all had 5, 6 years on me. So Johnny would come and say, "Hey guys, watch Nikki." He'd go to you and Rudy and Jason. Keep an eye on Nikki, and I would hang out with you guys.
Hey, I got Zeus over here. He hears your voice. He's like over here.
Zeus.
Say hi, Zeus.
What's up, Zeus?
He's smiling. You ever see Pitt smile?
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Smiling big now.
I still miss the old Zeus when I used to love walking him around Silver Lake. Your dog.
Yeah, that's another. My cousin had to put him down for no reason other than I'm not gonna. That was a tough one.
Yeah, he was
coming home, and I was like, "Listen, this time, I'm taking him back." I was just, doing the 4-year bid for the councilmanship.
Oh yeah, when you smashed him and stuff and all that.
That was another one. The councilman. Every time I went out for parole, I had to sign papers so that the media could not come and bother me anymore. I had Channel 10, Channel 12.
Yeah, you were all over the news for a while. You were all over the news for that.
Who hired you? Who hired you to beat the councilman up? Because it was.
Well, they thought didn't they think the old man sent you to do all that?
Well, yeah, but they knew it. I mean, they figured it out. It wasn't him,
Yeah, but they all knew you were connected to him, lived with him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So they thought that.
Yeah, we were always over there. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I felt bad because I kind of put heat on anything I did do. Put heat on him. You know what I'm saying? Anything you did, put heat on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't get in trouble, like we did. But how if any of us did, because we were at that house, we would always, it would be like, well, is he up to that? Did he put them up? He never did that. You know that.
Yeah,
he never.
No, he'd never send us to do a crash dummy stuff. Never. No.
He would tell us, get a job. This shit is all done.
Yeah.
And he was telling us that in the 90s, I should have listened to him. I was like, now just get me another 10 pounds.
Well, I remember when you first went away, I remember I was a little kid. And I remember Jason saying, Scott, I felt really sad too, because I was a little kid. And he's like, I'm like, where's Scotty? He's like, he's in jail. I'm like, oh no. I remember feeling so bad that night. Like that. Oh, thanks, Carol, for the super chat. But I remember feeling bad. Like, I felt terrible.
Hey, matter of fact, hi, Carol. Carol's a nice lady.
Yeah, she is, sweetheart.
Yes, she is. That's why every time I get on Angels or I got on yours, I always say hello to her. She's a very
well, we got a lot of good people that come in here.
Cuban B.
Yeah, he's my boy right there. That's my buddy.
Edwin.
Uncle Edwin.
Damien. Michael.
Oh, you know who's going to start coming on? Black Damien's going to start coming on. I talked to him yesterday.
Who?
Black Damien.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I know Damien.
Yeah. I talked to him yesterday. He's going to start popping on too. Because he came in one day, but I told him, don't use your last name.
Yeah, he's isn't he mulatto too?
Yeah, well, Damien is he's 25% Italian, 25% Irish, and Cape Verdean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and him, he hung with my little brother. I known him since he was like 4 or 5 years old. He's like a little brother to me. And he's all the beefs we got into when you guys were in the can and you were older, and we would get in just regular fights in the neighborhood and stuff with different neighborhoods and stuff. That kid always had my back. One time we were hanging out, right? And Danny Branca caused some trouble with these Spanish dudes, right? So Danny's hanging in the yard. It's nighttime. It's me, Danny, Nikki Barone, and Damien. Now Damien and Nikki are in the backyard. Me and Danny in the front. Now about 18 Spanish dudes come around the corner. And they're like, Nikki, to me, we got no beef with you. We want Danny. We want Danny. We want Danny. So I looked at Danny and I said, go get the baseball bats now. So Danny runs and gets the baseball bats. All 17 of them come at me and start hitting me with bottles and Heineken bottles. And as I'm on the ground, I'm covered up and I'm like screaming F you and this and that. All of a sudden I hear thunk, thunk, thunk. And I look up and it's Danny and Damien hitting people with bats, like clubbing these dudes in the head with bats. And I became friends with all them. All them kids we fought with, I'm friends with to this day. Like those Spanish dudes are all cool guys. None of them called the cops. None of us called the cops. We all became friends afterwards.
That wasn't even heard of. If someone called the cops, it was like, what?
Yeah. And they came right to my house. They didn't break no windows, nothing like that. They were honorable dudes. They came to fight. You know, they didn't even have a beef with me. But I'm not going to let you jump my friend. You know what I mean? Like,
I know how you are.
that's not going to happen. So I was like, so as soon as they said that, I was like, go get the bats. And as soon as they hear me said, they all attacked me. He ran in the back, and him and Damien. After the fight, like Damien's bat and Danny's bat were covered in blood. Just covered in blood. I'll have Damien tell the story when he comes on.
Big Vinny was more my age than yours, right?
Yeah. D'Amico, yeah, he was more your age, but I hung with him because of my father and his father were friends since we were little, and Joey was one of my best friends. Joey, I miss him so much.
Vinny, when I first met him, right, he used to come, he had like a 1975
Monte Carlo,
because mine was a 77. I had a Landu. The square, mine was the first year, I think, when they went square, and his was round. And he used to sniff gas. I'd be like, hey, you want to go downtown to the club? He's like, yeah. So one night he comes to pick me up. I said, I said, fuck, I'm not going in your car. You have to go in my car. You have to go and take a shower.
You'd blow up. He smelled of gas. That's what made him so crazy. He was on gas the night he stabbed the guy with the screwdriver in the leg 3 times. And he
punch him in the head. Someone could hit him with a bat. He's 6'4", 6'3", 300 pounds. You ain't hurting him.
No. He was a maniac. He threw people out, went second floor windows and everything. He was out of his mind. God rest his soul.
All right. Say hi, my wife.
Oh, how you doing? Good.
She came from there too. She was on.
No, I know. I know. Yeah, don't say any last names, but yeah, I know her family and stuff. Good people. Yep, I used to play football and tag football, tackle football in that yard.
That's like 4 lots. I think everybody played in that yard. Yeah.
Yes, I think everybody from that neighborhood played sports in that yard, and everybody. And your brother was a real good dude too.
Hey, you know that? What's your name across the street? I'm not gonna say. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you. What you call it, girl? I know who you're talking about.
She's having a baby.
Really?
Right? Yeah, she and I looked at the baby today. She was like, "Look at the bump."
Oh wow!
I don't know who's in that. I don't know. Let's say last name. She calls me out, but that's like it's like my niece.
Yeah, that was a good neighborhood, man. We had a good neighborhood growing up. All good, tight friends, and we're still all friends to this day. Everybody from that neighborhood.
Only one I really didn't get along was like Mike Lennon.
Oh well, yeah. Well, they weren't really considered us. You know what I mean?
They were, but they were like crackheads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they used to get high and stuff. So they were friends because they lived there and grew up there. But
you know what I'm saying?
That's yeah.
JoJo protected them.
Yeah, they were JoJo's boys.
I was in the house one time, right? And Charlie's like, "You get him out of here, please. He won't leave." I said, "Why won't you leave, Mike? Just go home. You and a whole army couldn't get me out of here." I said,
"Oh, yes, when you knocked him out."
Yeah, I didn't want him. I was like, and then he came back with his brother, and they came back to tell me they were calling the cops on me. You're going to jail tonight, buddy. Get ready. You're gonna be in the Blues intake. I said, listen to these pigeons. So no one. He said something. He said, well, he only had to do that because you were trying to rape me. Go ahead, say that, and I'm gonna say this. I said, I said, really? Oh shit. So they decided not to call the cops on me.
Yeah, because they were JoJo's friends. Because JoJo's father were the first blacks in Johnston, the first black people in Johnston.
Yeah, they were adopted. Cussie's mother.
Yep.
Sharon's dad, because they were Cussie's mom and Sharon's dad are twins.
Well, because I remember Mr. D, the father, he used to tell me stories. He used to say, your uncle and your father always had my back and always looked out for me because I was the first black person in this town. And they used to always look out for me because my father and them were like, you're not effing with him. He's from our neighborhood. He's with us. Like, he's from our neighborhood. Hands off. You ain't messing with him. Because I guess guys from Greenville Ave back in the 50s and 60s would try to, come down and try to be, bucked up to him and stuff. And no, they had his back. And that's it. We grew up with his kids. And his kids to this day are some of our best friends.
Hell yeah. Your dad was, and they used to, your father and I guess your uncle used to box with Sharon's dad, because Sharon's dad was the Golden Glove winner for like a couple years in a row. And exactly, it was like, it was all Italians, all white people, and they were like, a lot of people like, oh, you can't get those niggas out of here. And fucking, you're like, what?
Yeah, they didn't let that fly. No, they were from our neighborhood. Those were our neighborhood people. Those were our friends. We didn't give a fuck what color. They were our friends, and no one was going to come down to the. Well, I wasn't alive then, but my father and them, no one was going to come down and mess with anybody from our neighborhood
at all. And I mean, PJ, and like PJ, Jason. I mean, they're my brothers.
Oh, you guys been through wars together. Oh, me and PJ had more people came, and we had more fights in front of Alcazar Avenue with people. Man, I remember one time PJ was talking to this girl, right? And she pulled up. I don't know why she came over with like 3 guys in the car, and she's talking to and PJ's like a little tipsy. So he's punking off the dudes in the car, saying, "Get out of the car! I'll smash you right now." And one of them called PJ a wop, and PJ's like, "Dude, I'm not Italian. I'm black." he's like, "Jump out of the car." So the kid got scared, and he cut his wheel, and he hit reverse. So as he did that, the car smashed PJ and sent him flying. And PJ had these white shorts on where you could see the tire mark in his pants and on his leg. So PJ hit the ground. As soon as I seen that, I picked up a shovel and started smashing the back of the car and chasing it. And it just flew away. They just took right off.
I remember that. I remember PJ telling me about that.
Yeah, he had a big. They almost broke. Like, he could have lost his leg. Thank God he was fine. But
he's nimble. He's a good athlete. That's why that guy is quick.
Oh yeah, P was tough, man, and he was quick. I've seen him smash a few people. We beat up. There was a few fights we've had on Killenly Street where PJ was just tagging people in the head.
Yeah, he was. PJ like Johnny. They were older than me, so they were like my older brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as you was to us, to me, and exactly.
We were close. We were like, that's how close we were. We didn't like not blood brothers, like biological, but we were brothers more than biological. You know what I'm saying? We were very close. Never like disrespected each other. Like me, like we would. I mean, I could say that some people did that to other people, and I used to get, oh man. Rudy, man, used to torture people.
Oh yeah, Rue was I remember a lot of my friends like, "Hey man, can you tell your cousin to stop taking my hat?" Stuff like that. And I would tell Rudy.
He throw him in the street.
Well, sometimes I would have to go back and get them. Like if it was a good friend of mine, I'd be like, "Hey, did you take a Vikings hat off somebody?" He's like, "Yeah, it's over there. You want it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it back to my friend. Can you please be nice to him?" Yeah, he was wild. I love him to death.
Who made him really crazy, right? Because when he was like, I don't know, Rudy was like quiet when he was a kid, and then he went. His father, they sent him to the military school.
Yeah, the same military school that Gotti Jr. and Donald Trump went to. Rudy was at the same military school.
He was going there with actually.
And same way, Chris Petriacca too. Chris. Yep, Chris.
Grandson, Chris. And that's how he went there for like 3 years. And when he would come home in the summertime, he would go to a hockey game. So
yeah, he loved hockey. Rudy was good in hockey.
And then he was like, "Oh, I miss my friends." And you know how Lou was like, Rudy was like God. Like,
listen, Lucy, tell me if I'm right or wrong. If this for let's say if Lou woke up at 3 a.m, and let's just say, which we wouldn't, and we had a body on the floor wrapped up, she would have drove us to dump it.
Rudy, don't get in trouble.
She literally would have helped us chop it up, which we would never do. But I'm just saying.
She would just put it this way. He just thought he walked on water. Rudy could not do no wrong. Like Rudy's father came up, right? Ricky came up. Like I was like, "What's up, this guy?" And I said, "Damn, he looks just like you." He's like, "Yeah, it's my fucking father." His father came up, right? And was like, and they I guess Rudy was like 17, 16. He wanted to be dad. "Oh, you stay. I don't think you should go to club tonight." He goes, "You know what? Pack your shit. You're kicked out of the house." He goes, "You ain't kicking me out." He goes, "No." And she kicked out. Lou was like, "Yeah, you gotta leave." Lou he was like the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, He was like, Ricky's like, you're kicking me out. He's like, yeah. Who the fuck you?
I remember one time, right? You were in the can around this time. Rudolph let this guy stay at the house for a few days. I think Rudolph was like, he knew he did time with like his dad years ago, so he had a soft spot for this dude. And this dude put an extra phone in his name, so Lou had a phone near her bed, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, so this guy gets mad at the old man for some stupid reason, right? And he shuts the phone off, right? So all of a sudden, I get a phone call at 5 a.m. Now, every night I took the car home, and I'd be at Rudolph's at 9 a.m. Huh?
You drove a couple cars. It's the blue Lincoln.
Well, we had a few of them, but basically every morning I had to be there. So basically, he would never call me at 5, very rarely, right? All right, he calls me at 5 a.m. He's like, kid, get over here now. It's important. I'm like, you all right? You all right? He's like, get here now. I was like, all right, F it. I jumped up, go there at 5 a.m. About 2 hours after we eat and stuff, 2 hours later, we went looking for the dude all day. Now, we went everywhere looking for this guy.
What was the thing? What's the dude's name? Was it,
I forget. You know what? Honestly,
he was from South Street, that dude, right?
I believe so, but I can't remember his name. But we're looking for him all day. We can't find him. We're out till like 1 p.m, right? From 7 a.m. So we come back. Guess who's at the kitchen table? Him.
Dude.
Yeah, Lucy kept him there too. Lou was smart. She kept him there. Yeah, listen, Rudolph came in, right? Walked up to him, hit him with a right hand at 83 years old, 80 years old. The guy's eyes went to his head and he passed out on the table. And Rudolph hit him again. And when he hit him on top of the head, his head ricocheted off and he woke up and he's like, no, Uncle. And Rudolph's like, get him out of here. So I just grabbed him by the back of his hair and threw him right out the front door. And he fell on the cement and scraped his cheek up in his arms. Oh, yeah. He was 83, knocked the dude right out at the table.
I remember when we were over there playing Pinochle one time, me, him, Jason, and we were at a small table he had set up on the other side of the house, right? And his area, like where the, when you came out of his little bedroom.
Well, the in-law apartment that I made my room at one point, it was Rudy's room.
He said, gang is coming. Oh, no, he said,
Hannibal.
Someone in me. And Jason said,
Hannibal.
I smacked Jason because he was drinking
Scotch.
J&B Scotch. That's when Jason and you can't fuck around with him when he's drinking Scotch because he'll fucking hit you.
Yeah, no, when Rudolph had Scotch in him, he was it was different. It was different.
Hey, so he said, liar, smack. Jason fell off the chair. I started laughing. You think that's funny? I said, well, it is funny.
He was wild, and the dogs were.
What the fuck? Why'd you hit me, Pop? He goes, get up, put you up front. I didn't even hit you.
Well, listen, he was strong. Like Rudolph would joke around and punch me in the arm once in a while. And this guy's like 79, 80 at the time. If he would have hit me on the chin, he would have knocked me right out. Like remember when he broke his arm? I used to do help him recovery. So
he was a hypochondriac.
He was a hypochondriac, but he did have but he did have the broken arm. So every day
I went there with a sling one day. And he said, what happened? And I told him, I said, I was playing basketball, and we were at Caleb's school, and I says, I fell, and I think I dislocated my shoulder. And I did, because that's why I had to get 3 hankies put in my arm. And they want to do my other shoulder. My shoulder used to come out like, what they say? I didn't even have my shoulder put in right? I used to put my shoulder in and out of the socket.
Oof.
So, yeah, that's the hurt. So he said, tell me again. And on the other side, in the parlor, he had medical books all on the wall.
Yes, his medical books. Yeah.
So he went and read all about shoulders.
Yeah.
And a week later, he had a sling.
Yeah. Well, when
what happened to your shoulder? He said, I said, get out of here. You copy me. Kid, what are you crazy?
Well, he did actually break his arm. When you were in the can, he did break his arm. So every day I would have to do the exercises with him, like like move his arm up and down and stuff like that. And even with that broken arm, like about 6 months later, he banged that guy out. You know, like knocked him right out in the house. So
do you know that what he did? It was like I never seen anybody do this in my life. George Buford, right? He's real strong. I mean, I got real strong in the game. I was benching 400 and change, right? I seen him. We went to a Golden Nugget because the Golden Nugget goes with him.
Yeah.
So we go there, and I told Nikki and Stevie, right? I said, "Can we go set up the things?" Why? I said, Rudolph told me he can wrist curl 2.25. He said, "Really?" He goes, "I mean, you're not gonna say it. You're not gonna say those things. You can't." I mean, he had a lot of respect. So he said, "Set the shit up." So we go back there because we went in the back, past the counter, and way in the back. We put 2.25. So I'm holding one side, Stevie's holding the other side. We put it, because he's sitting on the bench. We put it on his legs and his arms are holding it to do wrist curls. You know what wrist curls are? You get the bar and you let the bar go all the way down on your fingers and you curl it back. He let 2.25 come down and all the way on his fingers because he had huge hands, right? And he curled it back. This is when he was 67 years old. I said, I never in my life seen anybody do that. I mean, he wasn't like particularly strong in like squats or something, but that is strong.
There's some goof in the chat, Fish, saying you can't bench 400 or something. Fish, what are you talking about? Why would he lie?
Why would I lie? First of all, my wife's right here. What did I
What's
bench?
up, C?
455? Yeah. Let's put it this way. What up? I'll do a video because I haven't done it in a little while. I have weeks. When I am done with I'm on workman's comp, I'll make a video in about 6 months to a year. I don't have to do that anyway. People that know us know I did that.
Yeah. Like you don't know him, Fish. The dude's like a tank. Trust me. Guy fishes up some moron from these junked out retards chats.
Oh yeah. So tell him it don't mean.
What's up, cowboy?
But that's what Actually, what made my back so strong was the dips.
Oh, thanks, boss lady.
You know what was strong? Real strong, Richard.
Who? My sister's cousin, Razzo?
No, Richard was a tough kid. Ganu.
Oh yeah, Rich was strong too. Ganu, yes, he was.
He was up there, 600 squats, 6 chains, and this was not steroids. This was on creatine. This was on steam food in the prison. My plateau was 385 with creatine. I won't lie. I did do a little bit of. When I do 6 months of it on, and I went up to 455. 4 plates and 2 quarters on each side I had on there. And she spotted me, and I had a video, right? We have the video somewhere. I do have the video of that. And I'll see if I can find it, because it's on her. It would be on your email,
thanks,
right?
C.
Also, do we still have that video?
I don't even worry about it. This guy's just a troll moron. He hangs out in the stool pigeons chats.
No, what I did, right? I told my wife, hey, I don't think I can get this. I was fucking with her. And I brought it down a little slow, but boom, and I hit. And I don't bounce it, brought it right back up.
I don't know if you heard it.
You had me. I'm the only one here. How was I supposed to get it up? But I got it up. You know what I'm saying? And that was one. But Rudolph, the 2.25. Damn, the only one. Nikki's still alive. Stevie, God bless his soul, he passed away. Everybody passed. So many people passed
I know.
away.
So many people from the neighborhood, man, are gone.
Nicky Barone's dad.
Yeah, Nikki's dad. Nikki's dad just passed away?
No, he's alive.
Oh, all right.
His pawn shop.
Oh, yeah, the Golden Nugget. Yep. We used to hang there all the time and go there.
Nicky had more money than.
Yeah, Nikki's a good dude. And Jeannie, his wife, Jeannie. Jeannie was a good woman. I love Jeannie.
Jeannie was good. She was like, you know how they say, oh, that guy's a good earner. She was earning more than the guys.
Yeah. Nikki's mother, God rest her soul. She's passed away now, so I could talk about it. She was a bookie, and she when we were in high school, we used to always play. We used to do little bets on football games with her in high school.
She was. Rudolph said if she was a guy, she'd be one of the biggest gangsters in the state.
Yeah, she was a money maker. She knew how to make money, and she was
said that about
two
good. Girls, her and Boosie's mother.
Oh yeah, yep.
Jeannie's a beast. Jeannie's mother. She knows.
She's good people.
She knows very important people, and they love her.
Yeah, everybody respects. Yep, respects her, and so I'm saying with the other one. Yeah, man, I do miss the old days. Like, honestly, some of the best years of my life was spent with the old man in the neighborhood back then. Man. Like, I miss those days. I really do.
Me too. You know what? Sometimes I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, if I ever hit it big, I go buy that house.
Me too. I know. If I ever hit the lottery, I'd go buy the old man's house.
I go buy it. Even if I had to pay a little bit extra, even the double amount, I'll double it.
Well, the fire killed. After the fire, we lost so much, dude. I lost so much stuff in that fire. Because remember your old room? Yeah. All right, your old room. I had all of my, like, Rudolph gave me all of his things from court, the transcripts and stuff. Like, I had all that shit because he knows I love history. He used to always tell me, "Kid, write a book one day." I would never do that, but he used to always say that. So I had all this stuff. So I lost all that stuff in the fire.
That is a shame.
I lost a lot of nice clothes too.
You know, I was just not maybe a month ago. Was talking to Rudy about that. Rudy was like, we were reminiscing. I was Gabby.
Yeah, I talked to Rue about a week ago.
Gabby called me up. She calls me up, once every month.
Oh, Gabby's a great kid. What a sweetheart.
Uncle Boo Boo, I need the $20, $30. Like,
Yeah, they hit me up all the time too, the kids.
I love them.
They're good kids, boy. Little Enz is a great, all of them. Good kids. Like, see, little Rudy was a lot older. Like, he used to be with me all the time because Rudy was in the can. And he would come over to Rudolph's on the weekends, right? So he would be with me all the time. Little Rudy was my sidekick.
You don't talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to him. I haven't seen him in about a few months, but
his daughter?
No, I haven't seen the daughter yet.
Oh, beautiful. He owns his own house. He's doing very well.
Yes, he is. He's a hard worker.
Yes, he is. His grandfather would be so proud of him.
Oh, without a doubt.
I remember he was a kid, right? He took $100 out of Rudolph's hand, right? And ran. Rudolph said, I own that last is your whole life. Never gonna get another dollar from me. So when he got out of the house and ran down to like maybe halfway down the boarding, right? He turned around and came back. He was like 8. And he was crying. Papa, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had a good heart.
That's all right. Come here, give Papa a hug. You can have that money, but I'll never do that again.
Yeah, he was my little sidekick, man. He was like, I took him to all the feasts and festivals. He was with me. Like, he said he's got 2 of his earliest memories in life is one with his mom and his dad and one with me and him playing army men on the floor, like throwing pennies at the army men and knocking them over. Yeah.
Always go with kids, man.
Me and him, like me and little Rudy was like 7, 8 years old, 6. He was with me all the time because I was at Rudolph's all day. I used to leave Rudolph's maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. I'd go home with the car, only come back if they needed me for something important. But I had him with me all day. He was my little sidekick.
I got a quiz for you. Do you know what him and the old man had in common?
What, the birthdays?
Exactly.
Yeah. Rudolph's birthday is March 8th. Rudolph's birthday is March 8th. I'm March 12th. Little Rudy is March 8th also.
1924 and 1994. Rudolph's 70 years older than him.
Yeah, 70 years old. Imagine that. Yep. And Rudolph died on Damien's birthday, March 14th. And then Raymond Sr.'s birthday was St. Patty's Day, the 17th. Yep. Yeah.
Can you believe it? I'm mixed. I saw Rudolph. He says, "Yeah." He used to be like, "Man, my brother's on the mix." Irish and Italians really got along though in our part of the area. You know what I'm saying? More so than like Chicago was more like that. New York wasn't like that so much.
Yeah, a lot of the Irish and Italians did get along over here and work together and stuff like that.
Tom Hagen.
Yeah, I used to call you Hagen. Yes, I used to call you Hagen all the time. Yeah, I miss him a lot.
You know, like just thinking of how you were, reminiscing. I mean, I had so many good times over there with that guy, man.
Oh, well, remember he used to drink his scotch? He'd wake up and the scotch was gone?
I remember one time he came back, right? Came home when he first got home, and he had
91. This is what we're talking about right here.
He had the room upstairs to the left remodeled, and he had all brand new, brand new bedroom set up there. This that, and Nikki and Rudy were doing something up there. They weren't supposed to. And he's not gonna know. I said, "What do you mean? How do you know?" I said, "I'm good." So I stayed downstairs. Right, so I'm 19, 20.
Which room, to the right or to the left?
To the left.
Oh, your old room. Okay.
Right. So he comes in, right? Hey, kid. He runs upstairs. That's just when he first got home. He had, because he stayed walking in there. He was in good shape. He had that walk. That with the arm. He had that the way he used to walk. Well,
yeah.
Well, I was all upstairs. And I said there, and all of a sudden I heard. Like Nikki came. No, Nikki was chunky. That motherfucker, I never seen him run so fast down the stairs. Other day, he goes, "Yo, don't go nowhere." And he came downstairs. He said, he looked at me. He said, "Oh, I know what you were doing. You were stealing my Fatissimo and my fucking JMB." That's okay, though.
Yeah, he loved you. He said, "I loved that kid, and he also loved my scotch." He used to always say that.
Jesus Christ, I can't even hide that from him.
Yeah, there was so many good times up there, and we used to pick up the food now every Sunday and sometimes Saturday. Rudolph would call Alan, who run Venda, and I would go up there and I would pick up these big dishes of what were they? I don't know if they were not tin foil, but that metal stuff with all kinds of food.
Big coals, like containers, right?
Yeah, those big containers. I would pick them up on the Sundays. I would pull up, and they would come out with like 5 or 6 of them, because I used to on Sundays, a lot of the Boston guys would come down, and I would pick them up at the train station in the morning. Sometimes they would drive. Some weekends they would come on the train. So I used to pick them up at the train station and bring them back at 4 o'clock. So pick them up at, I think, 9 or 8, 9 sometimes in the morning, sometimes a few times they came in the afternoon, but it was usually in the morning. Pick them up.
So you know a couple of those guys where you were picking up, right?
Yeah, of course I know. Yeah, so yes. I won't say their names on here because they're still alive. So
Vinny, Big Vin, that guy was a nut.
Yeah, Dom and yes.
Imagine that they loved him. So that goes to show you.
The Boston guys loved the old man. Loved him. Everybody did. There's not one bad write-up about him. Even from like feds and state police, there's not one bad write-up about him. They all said he was an old school guy. He wouldn't talk and disrespect.
It's like a military. He thought of it as like a military when they arrested him, right? Rudolph's and he tell you your social security number. That's it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, he didn't hate cops. He used to always tell me that's their job. That's their job to arrest people, and like that's how it goes. He didn't have this like dirty cop, hated all cops and nothing like that.
Nope, he didn't disrespect. No, it was like, you know why? He said it makes you look fucking weak anyways, being like that.
Well, that's why I do. You remember I don't know if you remember when Bobby DeLuca and the Frenchman, and God rest his soul, the Frenchman got arrested. DeLuca's spitting at the cameras, trying to kick the cameras, and Gerard Wimet's just like, "All right, hey, how you doing?" And the guy's like, the Frenchman knows the drill. It's like a famous thing. People can look it up or whatever. Gerard was a beast. Yeah, because Bobby DeLuca was a rat scumbag. I didn't know how to conduct himself.
Gerard, even though Bobby was was not even close to being like. You had a real deal gangster in Gerard.
Gerard was. Bobby, if it wasn't for DeLuca's money, he wouldn't have been who he was.
Yeah. Not even close. Not even close.
No, because Gerard and the Frenchman and Rudolph were enemies in the early 70s. They tried to kill each other a few times.
Yeah, they had, but they ended up
becoming friends.
Yeah, it was, Gerard had a fucking incredible crew. He had Chucky Flynn, who was a beast. I mean, Gerard had respect. I mean, Gerard was like, let's put it this way. He could have made split the faction up and held his own. I mean, he had money makers, he had killers. I mean, if you got that kind of like people that will do that for you, you're a powerful dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was, and he was a good dude too. I have his book, and I plug his book on here. His nephew comes in the chat a lot, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know him per se, but I see.
He's a nice guy, and I grew up with his other nephew, Jeff. I grew up with Jeff. You remember Jeff from the neighborhood?
Definitely.
He lived across. Matt. He lived across from DeBrito's house on Albemarle.
Yeah.
Yep, that was
Hold on a second. Hey, Scott.
that was his nephew's too. I grew up with him. We were close when we were real little. What's up, Brooklyn Bounce? Why are you hating on Highlight, man?
Huh?
Nah, I'm talking to the chat.
Who's hating on who?
I don't know. Just, you get some trolls that come in, but hey, give me the view, you morons.
See, take him out, please. He's over here crying. Thank you.
And then did you see me talking to that other moron the other night? He said that Rocco Argenti wasn't a gangster and Rudolph weren't gangsters.
I mean, he's, you know what? He's not even, I don't know.
These people are stupid.
He knows what he's saying sometimes. He shouldn't even be saying. Like, I mean, you know, I put it this way, like, he's just trying to, like, he sounds so stupid saying that. I mean, all you gotta do, I mean, is look the guy up.
Google their names.
They come from here, and you'll see that the guy was like, at one point was like an administration of, you know what I'm saying? Like he was like, the guy was definitely a gangster.
Yeah, I love when these out of state people try to say dumb shit. It's stupid.
More than his buddy, what's his name, Alada, or whatever his name is.
Aralada, yeah, another liar.
Put him to shame. That fucking is shame. It wasn't even like.
Oh, Aralada even said on Luisi channel that Rocco is a real gangster. And then when he found out that Damien and them said, my dad didn't know you, he got mad and said he would go pee on there and destroy Rudolph's grave and destroy Rocco's
I wish I would
grave.
catch him doing that, because I swear to God, I would video it and he would catch a beating.
Yeah, they're morons. Well,
I haven't caught him doing that. I mean, I'm not a tough guy. But I swear to God, and Fish Boy, whoever his name is, go back and tell your boys that, because that's what would happen.
Yeah, and Fish Boy, your friends would get beat up badly if they ever came to cause trouble, which they would never have the balls to.
And Mari, you know that 1,000%. You wouldn't even have to. It's not that's like a laugh to us.
It is. Laughter. Oh, the same thing they try to call me an informant. You know better than anybody because me and you've been in the trenches together. And it like
I heard him say it, and the racist shit is not true.
No, if I was a racist, why would I have grew up and have friends like that?
Ask Mrs. D. Ask Mr. D. Ask them. If you had a little bit in you, they'd be like, "Hey, this thing is a little." No, Nikki, not a bit. Not a bit.
No, being proud of your nationality and your culture, and I'm very proud to be a white man in America, doesn't mean you hate other people.
That's right. You see, what they don't understand is that you're like a professor when it comes to certain parts of history. I
wouldn't go that far as a professor, but I do know my history.
Well, you know what I'm saying. When you were talking to that lady that comes from England, and you was talking about the monarchy of the England. I mean, I was impressed. I was like, wow, he must have had a bunch of shit to be like up, to hold a conversation with her about her, because that's her country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could tell that you guys held a conversation for a while, talking about different kings and.
Yeah, different dynasties, the Stuart dynasty, the Tudor dynasty, and all stuff like that.
See, they don't, and that's not even in their vocabulary. They can't hold a conversation with you about that. That's like, that's.
Well, another one was the old man. We used to talk so much history. He loved history, so we used to talk history all the time about the Roman emperors, the Julio-Claudian dynasty, all stuff like that. It was fun for us. We used to always talk, and he was really proud of me, dude. When Louis would come over and stuff, he would be like, "This kid knows everything about history. Tell him more history stuff."
Louis was really good with that history.
Yeah, well, me and Louis used to have conversations about Octavian and Antony and Cleopatra, the Battle of Actium. Louis knew his history also.
Wasn't that like? Just think about it. The Roman Empire was like, it was like maybe
the biggest empire to ever exist on the planet. Yeah. Well, I think the British Empire back in the 1800s and it was bigger, but in antiquity time, in ancient times.
What did they say? That the sun never rose or set on the empire of England, right? When they were possessed India. They had colonies all over the world. Yeah, and now they got nothing now. I mean,
they still hold parts of Ireland.
They have us. You know, we are like I guess you guys will say we're like a brother or
common language, all that stuff. So they've Britain and America have always been close, especially in the last couple hundred years.
I'm gonna get your opinion on this. Do you know why we are so close to Israel? And I was like, I heard, and I read some stuff. I've seen some stuff about it. It's because it's God's people.
Well, Britain used to. I don't really like talking too much about because they could flag it talking about that stuff. But yeah, Britain used to hold it as a colony into the, I believe, the late 40s.
It's not, supposedly you get nothing but good luck. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. That's what I heard and seen. And I was fortunate because I have Disney. It's an app you should get. As a matter of fact, I think I could put it on your give you the info and you can jump on it. And
what's it called? What is it called?
Disney Plus. It has Marvel, like anything that's Marvel you can watch.
Yeah, I wasn't into superheroes.
Those off the grid things, Alaska.
That's interesting. I like that stuff.
We have all that, right? And then I never knew that in 2005, the United States, NASA, threw out some kind of ship that was like 3 times faster than a bullet. And you're like, wow, that's fast, right? They should get to Pluto real quick. It took 10 years. It got to Pluto in 2015. And that's when imagine that. 10 years.
I wouldn't want to do that. There's no way I'm going in a rocket to Pluto or Mars or space. No way.
10 years.
Would you do it, Scotty? If they told you right now, would you?
Not. We don't even know if we're gonna be able to come back. No.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Mario.
I don't know. Our technology is. I mean, if our technology was like, I don't know, and I gotta give what's that? I seen the movie the other day with my kids. There was this part 2. What's that? The Blue People. It was in 3D. It was incredible. Hey,
what is that called? You mean the little blue aliens?
With the kids.
The little blue aliens?
Avatar.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I don't never seen it, but I've heard of
it. Listen to this.
It's weird. It's so weird when he calls me MRE. It is weird because I'm so used to him my whole life calling me Nicky.
I know, but I don't want to. I know it's hard for these because I have to practice that because I have to tell myself before I say it because I'm like MRE. But I'm watching this movie, right? And me, my 2 granddaughters, and I got their friend with me, right? It cost me $100 before I even got into the theater.
Really?
$6 for a piece for each bucket, huge bucket. So I want everybody's getting popcorn. I don't cut no corners. You're coming with Papa, you're gonna get everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lesson I learned from Rudolph. And the candy, the thing. We're all enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? $8 and change a piece to get it. And
what's up, man?
This theater we were at, right, is one of it's like state of the art. So I was watching this, and then the fish swimming, and it's swimming, they're coming at you.
Oh, so it was like 3D, is what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah, you had the glasses. You got glasses, and you know, like when all right, say for instance, like the people, like the how can I say, they made the Avatar. You remember how with part one, humans with Marines were fighting against them?
I didn't see it.
Well, okay, part two, they made the Marines and the humans into avatars. They genocide. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but scientists made them and put their mind print inside of a body of an avatar and sent them back to, and it was like another war. And they were coming, like, say for instance, they're coming like through the jungle at you, right? And it's like, looks like they're coming right at you, right?
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden, you could hear it behind me. There was like speakers, and they're there, and then you're like turning to the right, and you see the soldier, like, oh, it was crazy. I was like, wow, I was impressed. That's because there's not too many movies that you'll watch the first one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not into them kind of movies, but somebody did tell me that I should watch it, that it was pretty good.
Yes. It made me go home and watch the first one again.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
there's two of them.
Yeah. I mean, and the first one is a jackpot. And I'll tell you, the second one was better.
Hold on, Fish, don't talk about people's mother in the chat, you little Ricky Yoon. Go play with the kid with the needles. He's just talking about somebody's mother in the chat.
Yeah, that's cool. You know that to me, that's college.
It is college stuff. It is college stuff.
You say that if you're gonna say that to someone's face, I might have a little bit more respect for you, right? But when you're gonna go do that behind, you either on your phone or behind, typing it, fag. To me,
Yeah.
You're a clown. You're like irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? You don't even matter. You're like,
Yeah, most of these people are whacked out. Well, some people just come in to say dumb shit, but I just don't like any degenerate talk and stuff like that in my chat.
Like I said right earlier, I said, like elders. I mean, I was I was working a door at Blue on the Water, right? And they used to give me the pop on. Have you ever been there, Nick?
Where?
Blue on the Water.
Where? Near Davewall Square?
No, it's out. It's like out near the beach. It's out near the ocean. It's near South Kingston. No, not Kingston.
No, I never been there. I think I've heard of it.
The people who own it are the cellos. They own cello on the wall and they own this, right? But they got a huge. I mean, it's beautiful. It's actually part of the building is part of the ACI. It used to be the ACI. I got pictures that I'm sending you. Yeah. Cells. It was the first 1700 chains. That's how old this building is. But they, of course, refurbished it.
The oldest building in the ACI is Maximum, right?
Yeah, but this building right here is older than Maximum Secure.
Oh, wow.
It was built, let's put it this way, down in the cellar, when it's low tide, high tide, with high tide, the water goes in the cellar.
Oh, interesting. Well, hey, Scotty, this phone's going to die.
Hey, the post, let me just tell you this, the post that holds up the building is a rock that they cut down, and I guess they put this stuff on it, and it made it like, it's lasted 400, whatever, 300 something. Yeah. Well, long story short, I had this guy come up to me, right? I can't let you in after like 9 o'clock, 9:30. You have to go around. You have to pay the cover charge, $10. This guy had about $100,000 in jewelry on, and behind me was a smoking area, right? So you have some funny dudes in the smoking area because they're drinking, right? And this guy was calling me a cocksucker. He was calling me all kinds of shit. The guy was like 78 years old, and he was really well off me. You know what I'm saying? And he's with his wife. The wife wasn't saying shit. He said, "You're gonna let me in, you fucking douchebag, you cocksucker." And I'm like, "Sir, I'm sorry, but I can't." And if this is my job. Fucking punk, and things like that. And I don't know, I was like kind of close to this letting him in because, I was like, he's drunk, you know, and maybe, you know, he could go eat something and you know, maybe he might get killed when driving home because he's so fucking drunk, right? But so a guy behind me goes, Buddy, you got like fucking, look at that watch. It's like 20 G's. He's like, you got like $100,000 worth of fucking jewelry and you're worried about a $10 cover charge? You cheap bitch, right? So that's calling him a prick, right? But that's my motto. I'm not going to disrespect that old man. I'm not going to say nothing to him. I kept it at sir. I kept it at this. And you know what? His wife said, I'm done with this conversation. You've been disrespecting this young man. And he's been nothing but polite. I'm embarrassed. And she walked off.
Yeah, because she knew you were right. You didn't get disrespectful with him or not, and she knew it was up. But I don't want this thing to hang up in your face, right, man. Hey, thanks for calling in. I love you, man.
I love you too. I see everybody, Carol, everybody, love this. Have a good night. This is one of the best shows on. Peace out.
I love you, Scotty. Take care. Yeah, I like when some old friends call in. What's up, Tracy? Angel said, too bad the government didn't think that. About what? Tracy says, hey, MTM and Joe, hope haven't missed too much. Nah, I was just sitting there talking to one of my buddies I grew up with. That's all. What's up, Joe? What's going down? Dextro? Is that from Dextro? That's from G.I. Joe, I believe. Destro it was, not Dextro. Maybe I'm wrong. Thought it was from that. Dextro. What's up, Montauk? What's going on? I'm gonna have my friend come on your channel this week, Angel, to plug his YouTube channel. Hold on, let me grab his channel, see if I can grab it over here. I got so many channels I'm sub to, it's hard to find it. And I'll just wait till he comes on, because he hit me up today when I was at work. Yeah, Brooklyn Jim. Desto was from G.I. Joe, but this guy's spelling it Dextro, so I don't think it's the same one. Yeah, I had fun on your show earlier. I liked the Federal Hill stream. Oh, really, Shop? Yeah, I was up over there at the restaurants hanging out and stuff. Yeah, I like going up there and, well, it's literally only a few blocks away, so I like going up there and doing some streams sometimes. Show people the old neighborhood and stuff like that. Going up there. Good times, bring back memories too. Always. Morning. Hey, Randy Tippett. Hey, what's going on, buddy? I just seen your lady Boss Bird in here, your buddy Boss Bird in here. Brooklyn Jim, what's going down? Minnie the Moocher. What's up, Minnie? Yeah, I got to go back tomorrow and watch your friend that came on. I did catch the driving part. Stopping to say, always Emery. Oh, thanks, Randy. God bless you. On so nobody can copy your name. Sure, things in there we go. It is Boss Lady. Yeah, I had fun going on your stream the other day. I'm catching up what's been going on in the verse. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the bodega tonight. Drop your link, Cane Shades. I'm gonna go on there tomorrow. The return of the bodega. I'll be there. When's the last time you did a bodega stream? Hey, Thunder God, what's up? You should stop drinking the water in Rhode Island. I'm starting to think people are crazy up there. Well, yeah, today, basically. Yeah, I'll be on there. Let me use this other phone to play a song. That Sharon seems like she would be a blast. Have a few drinks with funny. It was cool. She was Irish and Italian too. That was pretty cool. I always like seeing other McGinneys. Don't you cry. I played this one earlier. Civil War. I love Rocket Queen. Oh, last show was on Christmas Eve. Oh, all right, it was on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'll pop back on in the future. Anytime I see someone on, if I'm not busy or nothing, usually I'll pop on something. Plus, I wanted to catch up on some of the stories in the Dirkverse. I can't believe that lady didn't even end up going to court on him. What the hell? Petey, what's going on, man? Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. Live twice. Yeah, he don't even know what he's doing on there. He's out of his mind. He's batshit. Batshit crazy. Break from all the madness in the world. YouTube's just a shit show, really. It always is. Yeah, I was on Angels earlier. They were putting our little brother's picture up and stuff. Like, people are disgusting and degenerates. Oh, what's up, Petey? Bat boy. No. Bat boy. You're Irish and Italian too, right, Bat boy? Yeah, mixed too with the Irish and Italiano. That's what I am. Half and half. Like I said, there's so many people that are Irish and Italian. Forget about it. Around here, that we can literally make our own nationality. Call it like Mick Dago or something. Let's go. 20%, 5% Scottish. 5%. All right, good. I don't like the DNA test personally. I don't like taking them or anything because I always worry about them lying to me. Like, you never know, you might get like somebody else's DNA. So I never did them personally. They're going to come out with a new album? Really? What was your favorite Guns N' Roses song? Like I said, the reason Axl was so crazy because he went through that stuff as a kid. Imagine if he didn't do all them shenanigans, how many killer albums they would have put out. Because Use Your Illusion 2, like all those songs were killer. Even on Lies, those songs were killer. Patience is great. Patience. They're doing a tour. Wait, no, they come hopefully. Really? Well, they're going to go all over the U.S.? Pantera, I don't really know much about Pantera. I couldn't even name one of their songs. I think I've heard one of them before, and it was all right. But I'm not really into the hard stuff. But I do like some. I like some Iron Maiden. Run to the Hills. Emery always available for seminars. Be reserved now. Reasonable rates. That is funny. The way the government, yeah, DNA, I don't have it. Well, that's a good one, too. Yeah, they could probably take your DNA. Who knows? You can't really trust any of this. But a lot of people don't. I know a lot of people have done it, too. Took the DNA test and stuff. To find out, like, but I always think maybe they could lie or tell you something different. Who knows? Illusion was my favorite Guns N' Roses. Didn't they come out at the same time though? 1 and 2. I liked "You Could Be Mine." That was a great song. "You Could Be Mine" was a good one. You could have been mine. The song, yeah, Terminator 2. That's a great song. I liked Rocket Queen right here. Mr. Brownstone. This was it right here, Mr. Brownstone. Hey, these commercials. Hey, David, what's up, man? Oh, they're coming to South Florida.
Hey, you must be Milo. Let's get you back to see
Motorhead, I've heard of them. Radio people actually say I have the way much 80s music. Figure that. I like 80s music. I like 80s music. 80s music is good. Ace of Spades. Why does that sound familiar? Ace of Spades. Please don't delete this. Get out of bed around 9. I don't want nothing. I wasted my time. I might leave it up. I'll leave it up. You know who wrote this song? You know, Izzy wrote this song. Izzy Stratton wrote this song. He actually grew up with Axl Rose. Izzy Stratton wrote this song because he was hooked on heroin. He wrote it. Because Axl Rose didn't do drugs. He didn't really get high. Like, he messed around, but he didn't really get high. But Izzy did. Dig some 80s deep, particular one. That was a good one. What was that saying? I had this old song in my head. I can't think of it. Stand on. Heroin is bad news, yeah. But Izzy Stratton was hooked on it, and he wrote Mr. Brownstone for it. And he wrote that song. Made of Sticks. Oh, Night Train? Yeah, I will. I will wait. Bang, bang. Shut me down. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. This is my favorite song by Nancy Sinatra. Shut me down. I love Night Train. Running like a freight train. Running like an airplane. Running like a freight train. Flying like an aeroplane. It's a great song. Check this club out. One bad mother put a wild snake suitcase under my arm. See, just feed it, honey. You can make my motor wrong. Well, I got one chance left. Yeah, he was, man. He wrote a lot of good songs. Place to go. Cigarette with staff. That's not a bad. Take a wedding card to the liquor store. Well, that's what you do for me. No, it's you'd probably give like a poor infantryman. Onions when it comes to history. You know my onions. Night train. You're on the night train. What is Fish says MRE highlight what you were lefty? There's no, what do you mean? This is not a gang, dude. Like, what are you talking about? I always got along with highlight, so I'm not gonna throw him under the bus or nothing. I always liked him. And I helped Righty too at one point, but he was the one trying to be a little bitch. He's just a punk too. He's a bitch boy. Showing guns, try to impress the girls, looking like a big gooba, higher than a kite. Those guys are clowns. Yeah, there's no like, this ain't a freaking gangs. I'm not a cringy LARPer like those fanoiks. At all. Those people are clowns, dude. They're tryhards. Big tryhards. Did you see that video? How pathetic that was? But they were trying to act like we hang out with mob bosses. No, you hang out with an informant that don't even bother with you. What's up, Shy Hooker? Take care, Randy. Got a mug on his avatar. I got my mug on his avatar. You don't have a mug. You got a fish, dude. It's a fish. What are you talking about? Like 16 wearing goggles. Well, here's what blows my mind is we have videos and we've seen them, and I still have them on playlist where that dude says he has no friends, but now he's got all killers as friends. They're just trying to act cool in front of girls. It's pathetic. Now they're killers and their family members are related to mobsters, had connections. It's just ridiculous. It's try-hard shit. It's groupie shit. And he's admitted to being a mob groupie before, so like, dude's an idiot. They're all clowns. Yeah, it was Palestine before 48, yeah. No, he has no friends. He's a goofball. Yeah, they act like 15-year-old kids playing gangster. The cringiest stuff is when they were pulling out those guns with those girls on there, and then they're like, Common Simp has bounties on his head. No, he doesn't. Like, I know who he is. I even have Lefty saying his name in videos. I know who the guy is. No one's doxed him. You know, and even if I do play the video with him, I'll block out his name, but his boy's going to say his name, so they should stop putting people's pictures up. I really don't care if they do, but they look foolish doing it. Yeah, bounties. Like, dude, are you a bounty? They're just trying to look cool and to say they hang with mob bosses. Dude, you went to a social club with an informant. Like, Common Sim's daddy's a big shot in the GOP? Really? I wonder how he'd feel if his son was what he's been doing on YouTube, looking people up and all that stuff. It's like, listen, you want to bant back and forth, no problem. But don't go looking people up and shit like that. That's weak. That's weak. And it's a rat move. Doxing's a rat move, too. We have videos of Piggy saying that. But like I said, I don't know how you can't say you have integrity if, as you come out on YouTube, you said you didn't like informants and doxing is a rat move, but yet now you do that. That means you have no integrity. Yes, upper middle class white kids from suburbia. Eyelight's an infinite better person than that kid, 100%. And Eyelight would slap the shit out of them. They wouldn't fight with him. Definitely not. Definitely not. Number one, they would be scared. For coke, lots of kids in the suburbs get busted. Dumb broke to is making ceremonies. Yeah, how silly is that? Making ceremonies on YouTube. Like, that's so gay and LARPing. It's stupid and weird. It's dumb. That was some cringy stuff. He had like guys pricking their fingers and, and saying all stupid shit. These people are retarded, man. So nobody respects them. Put it that way. Drop a link. Use your brain. I'm on YouTube, not StreamYards. Big difference. I felt sorry for the maker. Oh my God. Yeah, Novella season 2. I watched the stuff you put up. That was great. But now he shot people now? It's like, what? Like, what? And not only that, if his someone who even admitted they were a mafia groupie before and all the shirts and stuff like that, if you had any family that was connected to Wise Guys, they would have been singing that from the top of the mountains the first day on YouTube. Put it that way. Yeah, what? He's so full of shit. That's all lies, dude. When people have to come out here and try to make yourself look tough or cool with these lies, you know what kind of people they are. They're former wanksters that got too old to be wanksters no more. So now they try to act like they got connections with the mob. That's gay. It's cringy. Very cringy. Is he sick? I don't know if he's sick or not. Who knows? I don't know. I don't watch the guy's channel. I don't watch their channel, so I only see stuff on clip channels. That's it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Novella season. I shared it. You're like, get us to 100 likes. I shared that thing. I'm like, people, get it to 100 likes. Of course, I got him to show his scar. It didn't even look like a BB. Man, people will lie. They'll probably get stuck by a nail or shot with a pellet gun and say they got shot. Imagine, it just shows you the immaturity of people to come on here and like, I shot people or I got shot at. Like, why would you even say that? It's ridiculous. I'm loving how you're not doing shit but playing themselves back. Yeah, that's all Kane's doing is using their words against them. And that's what I did with the videos I played too on them. Telling those girls that marks on his face is shotgun wounds? No, Bat Boy, you're joking. Why, does he still have all the marks on his face? Really? Oh, my God. At least turn your avatar on. Like, come on. It's so dumb, especially in Connecticut suburbs. It'd be easy to search all the newspapers. Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. You don't shoot it. No, that kid's a liar. He's a fucking tryhard. He knew more about Jimmy's friends than Jimmy knew about his friends. He's like, Fabrizio and this guy. He knew everyone. It was like Crin City. Kid's a tryhard. That's all. And I guess those same guys came down here to like get paperwork. Like, you came to, why don't you stop by and have a coffee, Gimp? Yeah, clowns, man. Anybody, especially you can see it was really funny with those girls on. I got that video saved too. The girl punked him off. Common simp raged quit again. Yeah, Kane Shades Bodega tonight. Balcony section still available. Free parking. Ever since, the other day has been red-faced and ranting constantly about how he won. Won what? Listen, it's in a... I can't say I won or he won. There's no... someone's screaming. All he was doing was making lies up and screaming. That's all he was doing. If you want to say you won, go ahead. If that makes you feel better, makes you sleep better at night, go ahead. Oh, he rage quit with the girls, Parasite Slayer. I'll show it to you one day. It's hilarious. The girls are like, show me your face. And Lefty's like, he can't show your face because he's There's bounties on his head. He can't show his face. There's no bounties on him. We know who he is. I got videos of him. Trust me, we know who he is. But his name is blocked out of it. The only one that's going to say his name is the junkie. That's the only one who's going to say his name. And since they liked looking up people and stuff like that, I told him if I see one more thing where they're looking up families and stuff, I'm going to play that. And he's not going to be happy with his friend at all. He's not going to be happy with his buddy at all. Seeing every 3 response, I see destroy him. Well, I was just trying to explain to him about the doxing stuff. And he just kept saying lies, like my family had AIDS. You don't know my family. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make up lies about his family because I don't know them. But my family never had AIDS. That's just weird. I laugh at that because it's just it's just weird. Yeah, it's on the clip channels, Bat Boy. I saved it. Thing in his chat to tell him he won the debate. He looks like a clown. Yeah, that's just stuff. Like, number one, you don't know my family. And if they had AIDS, why aren't they all dead from it or whatever? Extended family? No. If one of my family members has AIDS, I would have said it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I would just say, yeah, my cousin or uncle caught AIDS or something, but that's not true. What was begging chat? He was begging his chat? That's pathetic. He had the Tupac ringtone when informants call him. Yeah. Those guys are pathetic. And like I said, he was calling me like, you were on my dick because you came in my chat and said, hi, Fratello. I was friends with the bad. I went in everybody's chat. I said, hi, Fratello, whatever, going in chats. I never sat there and said he was a god like they did with me. And I played the videos. You've people seen them. He's just like a little bitch boy. Exactly. He goes right to the gutter with things he can't prove because he has zero response. Yeah, it was pathetic. It was weak. Very weak. Very weak. And to say, like, my grandfather knew real made guys, not like Rocco. Like, what are you talking about, watching boy? Like, Rocco, God rest his soul, he passed away. He was a member of Patriarchal Crime Family. There's no getting around that. Everybody knows that. Yeah, screaming like a hysterical gimp. Yeah, and in the crybaby stuff, like, well, you said about my wife. Like, dude, what do you think I'm gonna do after you put family members up on there, you moron? People are idiots. Yeah, he's pretty fly for a white guy. The type of guy you've been shot to shut the fuck up. One of the best rock albums of all times. Twice over Metallica. Metallica is great. Fish, why do you go after rats? What do you think why? Because I hate them. I don't like them. I've said that since the day I started this channel. I hate them. I showed you the picture of the old man, Rudolph. I was with him for 12 years, took care of him, was with him every day. He was like my best friend. And like a father figure, an uncle figure, the whole nine. And he was a real made guy from the old days. A real gangster. But they're all passed away now, but I still love them and honor them, so I get satisfaction. And I don't say nothing bad about this. Like, I don't go after their families. I don't make fun of their children. I don't make fun of their dead family members, nothing like that. I just called Jimmy out for what Jimmy was saying, putting fake wires on guys, making up lies. So I have the right to critique him. If you got a YouTube channel, people have the right to critique you and to call out your bullshit. And that's all I did. And he had to carry Jimmy's water. Like he said, yeah, I took up for Jimmy because you were being mean to him. Hanging out with informants at social clubs is hilarious. I think that there, Anthony, you hit the nail on the head. Wise guy humps. It's like Jiffy listened to their voices when they first saw it. They sound completely different people. Yeah, no kidding. He doesn't know. Well, Google Maps, Google Earth, looks like a king. Yeah, the funniest thing is like all my friends are killers. What? Who even talks like that? Number one, if that was the case, now you just tipped off the cops that your friends are killers, which, like I said, other videos, he said it in his own words. He has no friends because they all turn on him, so he turns on them first. I played that video. I have them videos still on my playlist. There's like 200 videos from clip channels on there. Like, see, these people forget what they say. But like I wasn't in his chat. He was in my chat begging to come on because they were nervous that SoFlo was going to turn on them. They're scared of him. Tony SoFlo has got both of those Wonder Bread wops playing on the. He holds the strings. They are deathly scared of him, and believe that. Fish, I'm just going to block you. You're just a retard. Did you ever snitch? What do you think, Fish? You fucking moron. I'm not dealing with a punk faggot like this. You're gone. You're stupid. Just stupid questions. If you could ask questions like a normal human being. Yeah, he's one of Gimpy's friends. The goofball with scabs on his face who lives an hour and a half away. Big tough guy showing guns. Tell them to come down here. I'd slap them in their mouths. Same with Piggy. He took rides all the way to Pennsylvania, all the way to Florida to meet a Ripper, and Harambe didn't even let him in his house. And Harambe made fun of him. Take a trip down here. And I don't like calling people out on YouTube to fight or nothing like that. But these people want to put family members and crank call family members and do stuff like that. No, come down here and catch you fucking beaten. Like clowns. Mark my words, you eventually. Yeah, you're right, Kane. They will. And SoFlo would be smart. Listen, SoFlo can take all of their subs and go at them. And listen, SoFlo's smarter than them. I don't like that Ripper. I can't stomach Rape Whistle. But Piggy and Gunpoke are deathly scared of him. And he could take their subs. Not all of them, but he'll take a whole bunch of them. And he could do real damage to them and hurt them. Because they went and met this guy. So he can say anything. And they will attack each other. Of course they will. That's why I guess they're starting to try to make fun of Angel's little brother. It's disgusting. They're just fucking clowns, dude. And they don't have any friends. Number one, who the hell would have... Number one, Piggy's got to use his wife's car to drive here. Who would go with him? Piggy doesn't have a friend in the world to stand by his side. Because if he did, he wouldn't have called the cops on Tony Pizza. Like, if Tony Pizza said he was coming to my house to beat me up, dude, I'm not going to call the cops on him. I'm going to laugh at him and say, do what you got to do. Like, when you call the cops on an old dude like that, it's, come on. You know, well, why didn't your killer friends come to your house and have your back? Because you don't got none. Like, neither do I. I don't have any killers as friends. I just have some friends. I have friends. They're not killers. They're just regular dudes. But they're friends. And like I said, find any other one of these YouTubers on here that can bring 13 of their friends on here to vouch for their character. Because they can't. Jimmy wouldn't even meet him. Gunpoke would never go with him. Gunsmoke's not going with him. Hell no. He's not going nowhere. He backed down from pizza. And then his whole thing was, you said that about my wife. Dude, so did Johnny Mac. So did SoFlo. All them, well, not SoFlo. Tony Pizza. You made friends with all them. You didn't care. You forgave them. Like, unbelievable. And it's like I said, as they stab you, they cry out in pain. It's a victim mentality. Victim mentality. And imagine going on going, I won. I won what? Nobody won. You just look stupid. I kind of look stupid for even bringing you on. I shouldn't even let him on. All he's doing is ranting and doxing people. Anytime I brought up facts, he went right to just saying names. That's weak. That's weak shit. Forgave pizza twice, exactly. Got a chance anyone would go with me? No, they wouldn't go with him. He's not going nowhere. Guy's a fucking try-hard liar. He forgets the lies that he says. Like, and now he shot people. Like, what the hell kind of fucking world do you live in? These people are crazy. Yeah, well, we're going to see the Ripper and that one again. Yeah, they went and met the guy. That's why he's scared of them. Harambe runs them and tells them what to do. He came in this genre making fun of him, and then he pimped him. Then he totally pimped him. That's why they're so scared of him. No, I would not let him on anymore because there's no point. Why? So he could just start screaming people's names and yelling. He was squirming in his chair. Kid's an idiot. Guy from my area is doing this since 1989, going to phone party lines, trolling people in docks. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Rape Whistle's a weirdo and a stalker. And then he does that to people, and I guess, I don't know, he said Mac and Pizza called his wife's work or something. It's like, what do you think's going to happen, dude? And that's the point I was trying to make to Piggy. Like, if you're calling people's family members and doxing people, they're going to do it to you. Like, that's how it goes. Yeah, but everyone has something to lose. Exactly. People do. I would never go to nobody's state and fight with people. It's retarded. But if somebody came down here, I'm not going to run from no one. I've never come on here and talk like a tough guy, but I surely ain't going to run from nobody, that's for sure. Especially clowns like that. Like, that's for sure. He forgets he mentioned her as well, part of the rotation. I don't care where his wife works. I'm not into calling people's wives enough jobs. That's not what I do. That's what they do because they're punks. And they can't debate neither. They can't even have a debate. Never a reason to run in your own neighborhood ever. No, never. Listen, I don't care if there was someone, 10 guys that could crush my head. I'd stay there and get my head crushed. I wouldn't run. Yeah, it is stupid calling people's wives, putting up their families. It's a weak rat move. And he used to agree with that too. But Mr. Integrity don't agree with that no more. I don't think he knows the definition of integrity. Piggy is the one that put the snow bunny on YouTube. What did he think people are going to do? No, people can tell she's a strung out mess. Well, I don't think she's on drugs now. I don't think she could be able to like hold a job down. I don't think she does drugs now. At one point she did. She said that on her own channel, but I don't think she does drugs now. Maybe he does. Maybe he relapsed. That's why he's so erratic and begging for the money. Who knows? And that's why I said to him that there will be no more mob conventions. He's like, your boy Eyelight went to one. Well, Eyelight can go to them. He's not going to get beat up there because he tortures women and doxes people. Piggy would. If he went to a mob con, people would be yelling at him. Someone would bang him in the mouth, without a doubt. Especially some Gotti fan. Some Gotti fan who loved John Gotti would definitely whoop his ass. He knows that. He knows that. Or maybe some MMA boxer who's friends with her nephew might. The dead must be respected. Claiming to go to the cemetery to commit abuse on graves is a mortal sin against the law. Just saying it's total. Yeah, it is, Edwin. I would never do that to anybody. I don't care how much I hated somebody or even some informant that put my family away. I wouldn't go pee on their grave. That's just something I could not do. Nothing of the world. He is nowhere as clever as funny as he thinks. No, he's not clever or as funny as he thinks. He's not at all. And you don't go do that to anyone's graves. Anybody's. Like I said, even if like the guy who ratted on my uncle and Raymond Petriaca back in '81, Nicky Palmangini or Palmangino, whatever his name was. I don't know if he's still alive. If he is, he's 102. I would never go to his grave and urinate on it. It's just something you don't do. Now, if he was alive, would I tell him to go fuck himself? Of course. And I'm not going to beat up an old guy, obviously, but I'm not going to go urinate on his grave. Yeah, Aralot is a degenerate for saying he's going to piss on graves. He's a goofball. He's stupid. And for the junk box, I said to tell them girls, I hang out with mobsters. No, you don't. You hang out with rat. You hung out with a rat once. That's it. And he don't hang with you no more. Aralot is smartened up and realized, wait, why am I going to surround myself with these people? At boy more don't say whoever thinks so stupid shit like that. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Who would even think of something stupid like that? A rat will beat him out of 3K. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Righty flashing guns. That's just so gay. Flashing. No, he's trying to flash guns like to be like, oh, I could shoot somebody. Those are legal guns, flashing legal guns to girls on screen, you try-hard goofball. You couldn't even take care of a dog. Your parents had to come get the dog. Kid's a clown. I realize all this MRE stuff means he ain't got a woman. I don't know what you mean, BK Gravesend. Me coming on YouTube means I don't have a girlfriend, or I don't get that. About 3K. I flash my crossbows for girls. That's funny, Jeff. He's gonna nod off and shoot it. Well, yeah, he's better be careful. Nodding off and shooting yourself could end up bad, like real bad. Them not. I think he was talking about them not having a woman. Aralata borrowed more than 3K. Crappin' Island. Yeah, I know what you meant, BK. Even if I did, you think I would ever put my girlfriend on YouTube? Never. Think I would ever come on here? Never. Why? So they could torture her? Hell no. Definitely not. Definitely not. You got the same crap here in Ireland with young punks claiming they know guys in the IRA. It's all bullshit. Same thing over here with these Italian kids, Billy. Same thing. Same thing. You seen Piggy the other night. My grandfather knew mermaid guys and blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I knew mermaid guy. Yeah. That's the fact is, like, that's just a fact. Like the guy's picture I just shown, Rudolph. He was who he was. Rocco was who he was. My uncle was real close with Nicky Bianco. R.I.P. to him. Nicky was a great guy. I met Nicky when I was like 10 years old. He was a good guy. He bought us ice cream. How did that happen? I would have thought he couldn't have 3 grams saved his life. Aralata probably snaked. If it's true, who knows if it's true? But Aralata probably snaked him out of money. And good for Aralata doing that. You want to be a little fanboy groupie chasing around stool pigeons? They're going to take your money. They're going to take your money. That's funny. If it's true, it's funny. Who knows if it's true or not? I don't know. Hey, just chilling. What's up, dude? It's Friday. Tomorrow's weekend. This weekend. Yeah, we got to do a stream together one day. Just chilling. How do you know that's true, though, BK? Did he get high one night and talk about it? Because that's what he does. He gets high and says dumb shit and nods off. And they were trying to call me a crackhead or a heroin addict. You ever see me nod off on here? Does it look like I'm on heroin or crack? Wait, Lefty mentioned it once about he couldn't get in touch with Arlotta. He owed him $3K. Are you serious? That is just too funny. That is just too funny. I hope that's true. I hope that's true. I really hope that's true, which I don't know. Couldn't happen to a better piece of shit. That boy. I don't watch his show. I don't watch this thing at all. And if I helped him with his subs too. If he didn't get involved with all that stupid shit and trying to play both sides of the fence and dox people and all that faggotry, I wouldn't care about him. I don't care about him anyways, but all he's got is to make lies up. And like I said, come on down, you skinny little bitch. I'll slap you around. Him too. He doesn't got a friend in the world. A guy like that. You know how I know he doesn't have a friend in the world? Remember his Christmas thing? Nobody called me on Christmas. Only 2 YouTubers. Christmas, only 2 YouTubers called him. What does that tell you? You don't got no friends. Heard it knowing that Moron is probably still up. Probably lifted shows where you can't see the live chat replay. What's up, David Milan? Million? I can't read. Both sides of the fence don't fly in the hood. No, they don't. They don't fly. That's why these guys who try to be nice with everybody end up having nobody. Especially when you got people doing grimy stuff like that. Like you want to call names on the internet, that's no problem. But when you're looking people's families up and all that faggotry, it's not good. Not good at all. Now, anything on YouTube's fair game. So if Common Simp keeps doing his little doxing stuff, I'm going to play what his boy said about him on YouTube. I'm going to play it. We blocked his name out. Well, the channel who did it blocked his name out of it. But Righty says his name. No, Shy Hooker. Listen, Arlotta is a scumbag, but he's not stupid. He knows if he surrounds himself with a not-and-out junk ball like that, people are going to laugh at him. And all the stool pigeons are not going to take him serious and put him on shows and nothing like that. And plus, he, according to them, he took $3,000 off him. Don't know if it's true or not. What a swing the day with that. Yeah, he went to that social club in Springfield, and he had the first 10 minutes of it muted while they were talking. They know he's an idiot. Okay, on the street, though, be it. But family is always huge no-no. Yeah, just chilling. These are just some punk-ass wankster wigger white boys from the suburbs who tried to be black their whole life and now try to get in touch with their Italian side by acting like LARPing mob groupies. BK says, I told Left, watch this guy. FD paid for everything. Arlotta hasn't done nothing on his channel. Okay, my stepfather told me that the guy from my area is clinically insane or working for the feds. One or the other, Kane. One or the other. Without a doubt. Well, think how he came around. Think about this. His first show was Who is Jimmy Calandra and Stax? I jumped in there. I said, Stax is cool. Jimmy's an informant. What did he do? Oh, don't ever call somebody an informant in case I check it out. Let me do the research. I check it out. Did you check it out? And you knew. And when they got on the stream together, those morons are so stupid. They admitted talking on the phone the day before. So he knew it was all planned. He came through. I bet you him and Jimmy probably had the same handler. They probably had the same handler or something like that. Without a doubt. And like I said, that dude lives off a woman. And I guess, like he said, those guys, Mac and them, were calling his wife's work. Well, what do you think? You're calling it. No, I don't like Johnny Mac, but why would you put his children up with sperm on their heads? That's disgusting. I'll put anybody's children up there. And he deleted the videos where he said he was going to rip young kids, like rip some young girl. It's pretty disgusting. Degenerate talk. That's why only degenerates sit over there. Bottom line, degenerates and clowns. And look at Harambe's attempt to try to... Look, he had that goof, Ronnie, come and try to stalk me and stuff. How did that work out for you? So I'm not bragging. There's nothing to brag about. But I do take great pleasure that I beat somebody or slapped around some goofball that went on Harambe's channel. I take great pleasure in that. Claudio, what's up? His face worse than ever. I didn't see it. Is a made guy. BK Aralotta is not a made guy. He is a informant. What don't you get is after you tell on people, you're no longer a member of that secret society, okay? Once you inform on people and rat on people, you can't claim that no more. It's like somebody being in, I don't know, Latin Kings or something and then telling on all their friends, are you a Latin King still? No, you're not. 2 friends in prison. Well, God bless you. I hope your friends come home, man, one day. The bleeder on Scabby's cheek had burst. Really? Oh, somebody's got to get some clips of that. That's funny. It couldn't happen to a Beck. See how common God works when you do rotten stuff like that? See how it works? Tries to hot, unlikable, very good job getting all this to hate him. Yeah, that guy's a clown, Harambe. He's a clown. And he tells those Wonder Bread wops what to do. He tells them what to do. They're scared of him. You better believe that. Look what he's done. He's taken their super chats. He cut their super chats on. Every time they whine about not having super chats, well, and Gunpoker put in the bottom shelf, he got put as he's the lowest man on the totem pole. Harambe takes his time slots, so Pulse Smoke bends his knee to Harambe quick. Harambe should have the low man on the totem pole. Pulse Smoke's been with them for a while, and he's doxed people for them, all that stuff. And coffee shortly. But it's amazing. But they're scared of him. They are terrified of him. Plus, Harambe will make up any story, so that's why they won't cross him also. Who the hell goes meets a Ripper from Florida? Of a leper face. Who tells you he got something on them? Yeah, Petey, he does got something on them, which what he has on them is he'll make stuff up, and they're scared of him. They are scared of him. They're clowns. These people are sick. I'm thinking of this old 50s song that I can't remember, man. I typed it in the other day. Oh, wait, hold on. Can't think of it, man. Oh, here it is. Oh, good night, BK Graven. This is an old good one. Go back to sleep. Have a good one, Parasite Slayer. No, I'll leave this up. I'll leave it up. I love this song.
is just like a dream to me that somehow came.
Right, he was crying. Well, they are trying to impress those girls. I'm gonna make them look stupid, though. You watch. I'll bring those girls on here and play their videos and let them see it.
'Cause we've got a life of love that won't ever change.
Hey, what's up, Davey? Last train to Clarksville.
Every day, love me your own special way.
Ain't it, Aunt? It
Melt
is.
all my heart away with a smile. Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll say tomorrow.
It's a great song right there. Heat Wave. Good morning, Tommy.
There'll always be sunshine
I guess from the 50s.
when I look at you.
50s songs.
Something I can't explain. Just the things that you do. And if you get lonely,
Go slow, bad boy.
phone me and take a second to give to me that magic you make. And every
Me too, Shy Hooker.
day, love me your own special way. Melt all my heart away with a smile.
Ain't it? The blocking, bumping, the music with the bells, no place like home. We show a year ago when the song is protection. Who did, Kane? Who said that, Kane? People watch these shows in the can. Oh, really? Yeah, I know. So it was funny when Jimmy made them kiss and hug. But Harambe pimped them. He knew they were two wankster boys, backpack nerds. He knew what he could do with them. He could take their subs, their time slot. Pole Smoke must feel like the biggest broad. Like, Pole Smoke must feel like the biggest broad. He must. He must feel like such an idiot. Harambe's taking his super chats, taking his time slots. Harambe goes first. Pole Smoke is after. Pole Smoke's a clown too, man. What a goofball. I'm trying to find this out somewhere. Yeah, he bullies people online. He's a punk. He's a punk. He's a try guy. Look at these sticks. These are funny. Hold on, I'm gonna put the Red Wedding song on. Any more Game of Thrones people in here? Timbers in the Wind. I love this song right here. This is a badass song right here. Watch. I love this song. It's a badass song, man.
Now there once was a time when
The Northerners sang
of a king they had crowned.
more a boy than a man.
More a pup than a wolf with the cold of the
Realm
realm
in his eyes. This is a badass song.
He'd broken a vow to the lords of the twins. What a stranger, a beauty, but a promise there'd been. So the Lord Frey demanded a bridegroom.
Forever Young. That's a good one with the young wolf, Brooklyn Jim.
and the timbers groaned. River winds
softly moan. Yeah, I like this song.
King in the north doesn't know.
The Young Wolf, Forever Young, and Bruce Bolton howls. In the show, when they had Bruce Bolton get stabbed by Ramsey, so gay. It was ridiculous. They know nothing about that show, about that book. That was pathetic. Bruce Bolton knows what Ramsey did to his son Domeric. He knows everything. Then Bruce Bolton is one of the most slyest, devious characters in the Song of Ice and Fire. Bruce Bolton is stone cold. He might even be a White Walker. Who the hell knows? Bolton's no joke, man. And Ramsey, when they had in the show, is just so weak. They had him stab his father. Bruce knows every move Ramsey's going to make before he makes it.
Lady Catelyn alone had
the river's sharp
air, her dancing reels turned
to the rains of Castamere.
In her skin and bones growled a creature.
Sun coming up soon, hotter. What's the temperature, Edwin, out there?
And the timbers
Caps only knows the show.
River wind.
Man, you got to listen to the audiobooks. The audiobooks is probably some of the best fictional books ever made in the history. In my opinion. Like, forget about it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, there is some degenerate stuff that I don't like, but forget about it. Great, great stuff.
Softly moan.
Tracy, yes.
For the king in the north soon will know
how a red wedding goes. The red wedding. That's taken from the black wedding and the Douglases in Scotland.
There were arrows and daggers, and the touch of them burned from slayers to slayers. In an instant word turned, and the foreigner.
Now, see, in the book, the queen's not Jane. Well, in the show, Talissa's his wife. His wife's not at the twins during the red wedding. What was her name in the book? Jane Westerling. Jane Westerling was not at the red wedding.
The night.
No, what are these individuals going to do when they reach my age? No job. Edwin, that's a great point. Good point, Edwin. They don't think that far ahead. That's why they won't see your age.
And the timbers groan.
Yeah, are you paying? They are on YouTube. You should listen to the books. Way better than the movie and the show. Well, the show's good up to the 4th season, but even then, nothing compares to the books. There's so much more detail and so much more. But that's true. Bruce Bolton does stab him in the heart. But he doesn't say the Lannisters. In the book, he doesn't say the Lannisters send their regards. He says Jaime Lannister sends his regards. He says Jaime sends his regards.
There was nothing she felt, cutting
80 degrees.
Throat, and she felt nothing more when they slashed her own. The North will remember, she thought, and they'll have all your skin.
Yeah, the North remembers. I can't wait till the book comes out.
And the timbers groan.
I can't wait till Winds of Winter comes out.
The king in the north,
I don't know when it's going to come out, but I can't wait till it comes out.
And the timbers groan, but the North waits, they know that one day the blood
What's up, foolish flock?
will run deep their soul.
Like I said, the book is just a million times better. The show left out a lot of. They could have went 13 seasons. They left out so much. They left out young Griff. They left out so many things and added such stupid stuff. It was ridiculous. Really ridiculous. The Art of the Hook. Remember in Kingdom of Heaven? Because the Italians call it Pasta di Falcone, the Art of the Hook. I love swords. I love just everything about them, the detail. Just there. Look at that wire on it. I love it. Beautiful sword. The book didn't have the umbers turn against the stocks because Walder Frey had Great John Umber held captives. Well, half of the umbers are split. Some of the umbers are with Roosbolt, and the other umbers are not. They're split down the middle, and that's because he had Great John. So the umbers inside Winterfell with Roose and the Freys and the Manderleys and stuff are all the old graybeards. And then the other umbers outside who are digging ditches where the Freys break their necks, they're all the young ones, because all the fighting men of age of the umbers died with the young wolf. So the only ones left to fight with the umbers are the young boys and the old graybeards. Just a minute ago, which one? Timbers in the Wind. I'm doing a show on history of the 5 Points gangs. Yeah, see, I'll do a history on other things, but when it comes to gangs and mobs and stuff, I don't really get into that or do that. But I would do any other kind of thing with you. But I don't do anything like that. Like, it's just not my thing. But I would do any other kind of history stream with you or something. And I don't know much about that, neither. The 5 Points and I don't know much about that. I played last. We got your baseball team, 508. What does that mean, MRE? We got your baseball team, 508. Baseball team? I had a baseball team a long time ago. We used to play every Sunday. I used to get kids down from Providence, Cranston, Johnston, Smithfield, all over to play baseball. Timber, Foolish Flock, Google Timbers in the Wind. Timbers in the Wind. That's the song I was playing. And I'm a Yankee fan, John Berry. You get your baseball team, 508. I don't know what the hell that means. Is that supposed to scare me, John? Fucking clowns. Like these clowns, Jimmy Calandra and the rest of these clowns that know who I was and threatening my life for over a year and a half. I haven't seen nobody do nothing. Harambe sent one person and I beat him up. He was some punk who, no. Some punk I slapped around like a bitch. So they can't recruit or find anybody from my area to come fight me for them. Only that moron came and caught a beating and cried like a little girl. And I still saved his ass at the end of it when my neighbors wanted to pound his face in. I told him to leave him alone. Let him walk away like the bitch he is. And he threw all them under the bus in person anyways. And then he cracked and cried. I don't know what do you mean, John Barry? I got your baseball team 508. That means, what does that mean? Are you trying to catch up whenever I see you live? Oh, thanks, Foolish Flock. Thanks for staying subbed and coming to check stuff out. I appreciate everybody who watches. I'm just not going to deal with the doxing and the faggotry in the chat. Ma, Brad Hunter, what's up, bro? What's going on? Still watching for Emmy's piano duo album. One for Pauly J. I apologize. Pauly J was like a candle in the wind. Fucking clown. Clowns. Don't you cry. Woo Sox? I'm not a Red Sox fan. You mean Pawtucket Red Sox? I like the Pawtucket Red Sox. I'm not a Red Sox fan. What does that even mean? You trying to make a punk ass threat? I'll put a good tune on. I like. Man, a fucking will work. For Emmy's piano. Jesus, this phone's destroyed. Wow. This thing's a piece of shit, dude.
Always. And then they deliver it right to your door.
So if I
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Quality tools.
Oh, the poor. Okay, John, I'm sorry then. I thought you were one of their gimps trying to make threats. I'm sorry. Yeah, I like the poor socks. Now they're the Woo socks. I know, sadly. I wish they didn't move, man. I wish they never left, dude. I went and watched all the Clippers. Gangs in New York, 5 points. Yeah, the Dead Rabbits. I know a little. I don't know much about that stuff, though. That's why I told Just Chillin'. I don't know much about that stuff. But I told him I'd like to do a stream with him. He seems like a good dude. And he's been watching for a while. I watch his streams. But one thing you got to be worried about, careful on here, is who you do streams with, because then a month later they turn on you. But I don't think he's like that. He seems like a legit dude. And I like watching his channel. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Metallica. Gangs in New York. See, I really didn't like it that much because they procrastinated so long in there. Like, why didn't he kill Bill the Butcher in the beginning? I don't know why he had to hang out with him for 3 years to kill him. But don't get me wrong, the scenery and all the rest of the stuff was great on that movie. But I'm just not a huge fan of it at all. Sicalo would do a hip-hop Christian rap. Dominic Sicali is a weirdo. Yeah, Edwin, you're right. It's amazing because me playing this song right here. No, we got your team. No, I know that, John. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you got it in Worcester now. They'll shut your channel down for playing music, but yet Harambe can put up people's family members. Yeah, they should do that. What's up, Morning Faye? They should fix that. I know none of these mob rats. They're scumbags. Yeah, it is gross. And they cried about Tig doing that to them. Now, was that right? Now, I believe it was good that Tig exposed them as a sexual predator. But the call-up is like nephews and nieces is not good. But what does Harambe expect? When your whole channel is about doxing people, what do you expect? Like, come on. I like the old... King of New York was a good movie. Yeah, we're probably good games to catch. Yeah, John, you'll have some good games. I still love the poor Sox, don't get me wrong. But I wish they never left Pawtucket. But I still like them. For sure. I've always been a poor Sox fan. I don't like the Red Sox, but the poor Sox, I always liked them. I used to watch all the Yankees, the Columbus Clippers play there. I've seen Bernie Williams play. I've seen Andy Pettit pitch, Derek Jeter play, all those great Yankees that played for Columbus. Well, I didn't like Gangs in New York because of it took so long for him to like turn on Bill the Butcher. I didn't get it. I was like, all right. I thought he was going to form the Dead Rabbits gang and they were going to fight. I don't know, but the scenery and all that stuff was impeccable. It was. It's the laws of attraction. Get what you put out there. I never seen the John Wick movies. I never seen them. I heard they were good. I heard they were good. But I just personally never seen them. I think he's like a CIA guy or something. You know what baseball is? Oh, really, Tracy? You've seen them a couple times.
His adventures in
The Great Wide Open. It's going to be lit this weekend. But I thought Daniel Day-Lewis. Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis is great. You know, Daniel Day-Lewis is one of my favorite actors. Ever see that movie, There Will Be Blood? I love that movie. There Will Be Blood. That's a great movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, Last of the Mohegans. The Crucible, that was about the Salem witch trials. That was another great movie. Yeah, There Will Be Blood's great. I love that movie. A bastard from a basket. You were a bastard from a basket. That was great. The one with the Crucible was great, where he played John Proctor. And that was true, too. John Proctor could have lived. All he had to do was sign that he was a witch and wear a scarlet letter. Nothing else matters. No, I never heard that one, Faye. Never heard that one. But The Crucible, anybody ever see The Crucible? With Daniel Day-Lewis? Great movie. Forget about it. The Crucible, unbelievable movie. Look it up. She's amazing. I don't like Miley Cyrus, but I'm sure the song is good. She does have a good voice. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, The Crucible was great, man. And all he had to do was wear that scarlet letter and say he was a witch. He wouldn't do it. And his wife's begging him, Goody Proctor, begging him. And he says, I can't do it. And she's like, why? He's like, because it's my name and I only have one name. And he wouldn't sully his name. That's a man of integrity right there. John Proctor was a man of principles and integrity. He had a strong-ass constitution, boy. Same with Thomas More of England. All he had to do is denounce the Holy See of Rome and turn his back on Catherine of Aragon. He wouldn't do it, and he lost his life for it. You gotta respect that. Let's say I will definitely look it up. Watch it. Red Dawn yes, I liked Red Dawn. That was a great movie. I think it should have been a little longer. Anthony Kirk, Last Train from Gun Hill. That's a good movie. I've seen that. I haven't seen it in years though, just chilling. But it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in years. No, what I liked you were talking about Blooded and Blood Out. You should go to those sites, man. That was pretty cool what you were doing on your channel. Going to the Blooded and Blood Out sites. That was a good movie. Santa Durkee singing MRE into the Heartbreak content. Yeah, Durkee's with the Heartbreakers. Letter. And Tale of the Scarlet Letter. It was a letter on your thing that said you were a witch. He wouldn't wear it, and he wouldn't sign that he was a witch. And they put him to death for it. This weekend, but a storm is coming. Yeah, I seen you write that on your channel that you asked people, what do you want to see, some blood in and blood out stuff? I never seen the box of Rat Hunter. But Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the best actors around. You know, he's a method actor where he literally becomes the character and stays in character. Imagine that. He stays in character. through the whole filming of the movie. That's pretty tapped. That's some crazy stuff right there. For sure. Easy Rider was all on acid. Yeah, I remember a little bit of that movie. I don't remember too much about it, though. I know it was Mickey Mantle, Whitey Ford, all the Yankees, 60, Babe Ruth, went on a Yankee Stadium, 60. You got to see that? Oh, man. Edwin's seen some great stuff in his time, I'll tell you that. Was on at Yankee Stadium in the 1960s. That must have been something. Oh, Tropic Thunder? That was funny, man. That was funny. Never go full wankster. Never go full wankster. Shout out from Central Mass. Well, God bless you, John. And go paw socks or woo socks now. You bastards. And at least it stayed in New England, though. So that's good. And stayed in southern New England. You know, the only reason they moved him from Pawtucket was because of parking. That's the only reason they moved from Pawtucket is because of the parking. If it wasn't for the parking, they would have never left Pawtucket. They would have never left Pawtucket. But I'm glad that they didn't go far. They just went to Worcester. I'm doing a live stream on how anti-Mexican racism caused a lot of the Zoot Suit riots. Oh, the Zoot Suit riots. Yeah, a lot of the wasn't that because of the sailors? The sailors got off the boats or they were on leave or whatever and started fighting and raping or something. I remember I heard about the Zoot Suit riots. They showed that in the movie Blood In and Blood Out, right? Yes, that's right. They did. And that's why he hated... No, that was an American Me. That's right. When he said to him at the graveside, every time I look in you, I see that white sailor or the blue eyes of that sailor or something he said like that to him. And the guy never knew about that neither. Guys that lost their minds playing the Joker, method acting. Yeah, I don't know if they all lost their minds. I knew the guy Ledger died. I don't know about the other one. Joaquin Phoenix, dude. I don't know. Larry Bird. Larry Bird's my favorite. I got Larry Bird jerseys. I love Larry Bird. He was my favorite of all time. My favorite basketball player. Larry Bird. I don't know. I can win playing Joker. Who, Leto? Who's Leto? I don't know who Leto is. Yeah, Bird played mostly hurt. Most of his career, he was hurt, you know. Larry Bird. Oh, Jared Leto. I don't know who Jared Leto is. But Larry Bird played hurt most of his career. And if Len Bias didn't die, and they got Reggie Lewis too, forget about it. The Celtics would have had another championship without a doubt. If they could have had another great scorer to back Bird up, and, you know, it wouldn't have been all on Larry, forget about it. Len Bias played for Maryland. He was great. But, went to work a regular job, $1 million salary. Doing play Joker on Suicide Squad. Oh, okay. I don't know who he is. I did see that movie. Oh, that guy died too? Wow. Yeah, Reggie Lewis was very good. So picture, and you got, let's say 91. You got a hurt older Larry Bird who could still shoot, but you got Len Bias and Reggie Lewis, who are mad scorers. D. Brown was pretty good back then, too. He made the All-Stars. Larry Bird is the only white belt. Kevin McHale, Bill Lambert, Jerry West. There was a lot of them. Detlef Schrempf. Heath Ledger was a great joke, but I don't think he lost his mind. He died of a drug overdose. Okay. Yeah, D. Brown was good too. Yep. Without a doubt. Like I said, if Larry Bird didn't have them injuries, if he never got injured, and if Lynn Bias didn't die, and he made it to the Celtics and Reggie Lewis, John Stockton led the league in assists every year for 12, 13 years straight. 1980s, during crossing Old Germany, Camp Brown, remember the name, American something. Yeah, I don't know, Gil. Yeah, Bird was a good coach as well. Really? Nicholson warned him about that? Well, Nicholson paid the Joker in 1990 Batman. I remember that. With Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Keaton. I remember that. But yeah, Bird was just, he played with all of his heart. Who, Bird's injuries? His back. That was the main thing, his back. His back. So if he had some good young players in there that were massive scoring beasts, that team would have won some championships for sure. Won more than they did. Red Auerbach, best coach of all time, Boston Celtics. Bill Russell was freaking great. Forget about it. Bill Russell, probably one of the best centers of all time. Him and Kareem. Just great. Yeah, Red Auerbach was great. Yeah, I think Bird had some knee problems too, but it's mostly back. Because you see Bird jumping into the stands trying to save a ball and stuff like that. Crazy. They won 16 championships, right? Or how many did Russell have? 11 rings? I think he had like 11 rings, Bill Russell. Bob Cousy, Jerry West for the Lakers. Now we got a lot of European players coming over. You don't see a lot of Steve Nash. You don't see a lot of American white people in the NBA, but the Europeans, because of the Dream Team. Once the Dream Team went over to Europe, Europeans started loving basketball. And they started really getting into basketball. Bill Lambert, yeah. Lambert was tough. Yeah, Lambert was tough, and he was good. He was with that back-to-back 88-89 Pistons team. Or was it 89-90? No, 88-89. Well, there's basketball, so yeah, so 87-88, something like that. But they won twice in a row, that Pistons team. Usually my beats will go off. Threat not all. Usually just watch, figure out, and I send a chat. Oh no, I didn't know that. I thought you were a troll coming in. That's why, John. No hot feelings. Yeah, Lambert was very dirty. All of the Detroit Pistons were, from Rodman to Mahone to Isaiah, all of them. That's one of the reasons Isaiah got taken off the Dream Team. Jordan didn't want him there. They didn't like the Pistons. Nobody did. Detroit, they were the bad boys. Detroit Pistons would mess you up. They would mess you up. You going up for layups and shit, they'll strangle you, knock you to the ground, bridge your ass, forget about it. The Pistons didn't play. They were no joke. Dennis Rodman. They were no joke, the Detroit Pistons. And they won 2 years in a row. They won the They won the NBA Finals 2 years in a row. And they beat Jordan in the playoffs, too. And then Jordan beat them. And they went on to beat the Lakers first. And then they beat the Trailblazers. And then the Phoenix Suns. And then he retired and he came back and I think the Utah Jazz for 2 years. They beat them back to back. And I forget the other team they beat. My memory's a little off. I'm trying to think. Who's the other team they beat? They played in 6 finals. They played 5 teams. They played the Suns. Well, the Lakers, the Suns, the Trailblazers. I think the Seattle Supersonics, maybe. I don't know. I forget. I think the Sonics. I'm not sure because they beat Utah 2 years in a row. That Jazz had a good team too. Karl Malone, Stockton. They had a good team. One legend is death. Creeping Nicholson drugged and said something like, "I tried to warn him, but he didn't." Really, you think Nicholson was just being a jerk? Did he? He had a gambling problem, Isaiah? I didn't know that. They had a tough coach too. What was it? Chuck. What was the Pistons coach? I can't think of his name. Chuck something. I forget. Can't think. Was it Chuck Noll? I don't know. I don't know. Isaiah Thomas was a great ball player. Chuck Daly. There you go. Thank you, Chuck Daly. Yep. Yep. That's it. Dennis Johnson. Yeah, Dennis Johnson, DJ. He was great. What's up, Bird? Yeah, Dennis Johnson was a good player, too. He was good. He was, what was he, a point guard or a 2 guard? Did he play the point? No, I don't know. I forget. But yeah, him, McHale, Robert Parrish. Danny Ainge was good. Used to love basketball back when you could play defense. They started calling all the hand checks ruined it. Most helped Jordan against the Knicks. But the refs calling so many different fouls. Never go to Yankee Stadium when the Boston Red Sox played. The Irish would beat up New York. Yeah, they were brutal back then. The Yankees and the Red Sox rivalry. Yeah, Mario, Chuck Daly. The Yankees and Red Sox rivalry was brutal, man. Brutal. And we have, believe it or not, we have a lot of Yankee fans over here in Providence, but we got more Red Sox fans, but we have a lot of Yankee fans because so many of the Italian people migrated from New York to Rhode Island. So we have a lot of Yankee fans. But my father was a Yankee fan, but his twin brother was a Red Sox fan. I remember rooting for 1986, me and my father watching the 86 Mets beat the Red Sox. Boy, was my uncle pissed. Oof. Back at Rudy Tomanovich coach there. Oh, Rudy Tom John. I remember that, Petey. The Rockets had a good team, man. They had some good players. Robert Horry, Akeem Olajuwon. They had a good team. And they snuck that championship in there the year Jordan retired. Number 5 pickup game. Any players past the present? Who would you pick? Probably Bill Russell as my center. Power forward, maybe Rodman or Karl Malone. My small forward, Larry Bird. My 2 guard would be Jordan, and my point guard would be Stockton. Bobby Knight was a great coach. Well, that's how I would pick. Bill Russell, Rodman, Larry Bird, Jordan, and Stockton. Stockton would be my point guard. He was the best point guard. He wasn't a scorer, really, even though he could. He just was the assist man. And go watch the highlights, the passes from Malone to Stockton to Malone. Oh, 86 World Series was the best ever. But I'm a Met fan, it was. Remember when the guy parachuted in, dude? I watched every game of that World Series, me and my father. I was a little boy. I remember getting yelled at by my teachers because I came in with a Mets hat on. My father, just to bust balls, like, let's go pick you up a Mets hat to get your teachers mad. And she's like, you can't wear that in here. All the Red Sox fans were mad, man, after Game 6, boy. But they had a whole nother Game 7 to blow. Game 6 should have been them, but they left Bucky Dent in. Bucky Dent was there for his bat, not his glove. That coach should have pulled out Bucky Dent and put in the other guy for this glove, Bucky. Because Bucky Dent was a great ball player. His kids got tortured for that, Living in New England, they got tortured, Bucky Dent's kids. Not Bucky Dent, I'm sorry. Bill Buckner. Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent was the Yankee who hit the home run. Bill Buckner's kids. Was sick, bro, with Karl Malone. Yeah, Stockton to Malone. How many times did you hear that? Stockton to Malone. Yeah, Bill Buckner. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, Buckner, that went right under his legs. That took a bad hop. Mookie Wilson was at the plate, and then Ray Knight came in, and boom, to Game 7. And Game 7 was just... People forget about Game 7. That's why Bill Buckner gets the blame, but they forget. Now, Buckner did not lose the World Series for the Red Sox, but he could have won the World Series for the Red Sox. But he was there for his bat. Mookie was going to beat out that ground ball anyways. Good point, Jim. Mookie Wilson was very fast. I remember as a kid I had the baseball game, Sega baseball game, right? The fastest guy in the whole game was Vince Coleman and Mookie Wilson. I had a Sega 91 baseball, a 92 baseball game. And Mookie Wilson was one of the fastest guys, him and Vince Coleman. Forget about it. Yeah, Buckner moved. He had to. I know people who went to school with some of his kids in Massachusetts told me stories, and they would torture his kids. His kids got tortured in school. People used to go out as Bill Buckner for Halloween, and they would tape a baseball to their back, and they would go up, and then they would bend over with their glove, and the ball would be behind the glove. Years ago, basketball, hockey, and current scene compared to the sports showdowns in the past. It's not the same no more. I don't watch sports no more, major league sports. Bill Buckner was on there. The view behind first base, you can see that the pitcher was not going to get to the base before Mookie. Yes, Jim, that's a great point right there that I really never thought of. Yeah, Mookie Wilson was too fast, man. Mookie Wilson was had dare, like pot dare in him. That dude was like pot dare. He was fast. Real quick. And he would have beat it out. But I can't. Sports nowadays, because they trade in. Yeah, it's a great. Kevin, what's up, man? The great about Halloween. Yeah, it's a true Halloween costume, Kev. People used to dress up like that. But sports nowadays, they trade all the free agency and they just build superstar teams. You got 3 great teams, and all the other teams are terrible. I like when people got drafted and they built teams up, and I don't know. I can't watch them nowadays, the major league sports. I just can't do it. It's just not the same at all. Just how it goes. Olajuwon's one of the best NBA players ever. Because his versatility, yes, he could shoot. He could hit threes. Olajuwon was one of the greatest centers too. Olajuwon was great. After the pandemic, and sports, so many people Not work. They're worried about money. Could care less about fans. Exactly. Look at the stuff. The owners and the teams. You're gonna pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to bring a family there. Episode Larry David. Hockey has a salary cap which keeps somewhat fair. Yeah, I don't watch hockey. I was never really into watching hockey. I'll root for the Bruins. My father was an Islanders fan, a New York Islanders fan, but I root for the Bruins. I like the Bruins. I don't watch them though, but if it came down to it, I'm going to root for the Boston Bruins. Valentine's Blue Ribbon, Bear Schaefer, you needed a can opener. A beer, 25 cents a can. Wow. Run the razors fast. Ancient cameras that capture them in film would simply move too fast for the cameras. Yeah, well, Babe Ruth hit his first home runs at Rocky Point in Providence as a member of the Providence Grays. The Providence Grays. Red Eye Patriot, what's up, man? Yeah, I played for the Providence Grays. This has been going. Islanders had a great team in the 80s, but I'm a Rangers fan. Yeah, Gretzky was on the Rangers for a while. Yeah, I'm not really into. I never was really into hockey. Like playing street hockey's cool to play, but I was never really into hockey. I remember the good Flyers teams though. Eric Lindros, and then I remember Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr for the Penguins. Pabst Blue Ribbon. My friend's father used to drink that, Pabst Blue Ribbons. It shows Lee with a fucking blue ribbon wrapped around his arm. What's up, Montauk? Yeah, I'm going to shut this down. It's been, I've been sitting on here for like 3 hours, man. Crazy. All right, I'll take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Go slow. Have a good day, and God bless you all.